Right, let's try it out. No? What am I actually up to here, guys? Give me a second. Oh, gosh. I forgot. Like, do you know what, yeah? I ain't streamed for a couple of days. Why do I feel like something's wrong? I ain't streamed for 2 days. I feel like I forgot how to do it. I ain't even got Manny on yet because I've lost the plot here. Manny, what happens is when I send out my stream on Twitter, I send it out individually. As you know, you receive it. But then it says after a little while, message not sent. I think it's Twitter's way of telling you I've sent too many messages, possibly. So just give it 5 minutes, Manny, and I will have you here. Guys, we have got the Manny will be with us. Shout out to Craig. Right, the team is Pickford, Walker, Chilwell, Stones, Maguire. Always Maguire. Good evening, Luca. Hold on, Luca's just messed me up because I was reading out the team. Sorry, Luca, 1 minute. So I'll start again. Pickford, Walker, Chilwell. Left and right back goalkeeper, obviously. Stones, Maguire, centre back. Rice, Henderson in the midfield. Maddison just ahead of them. Or perhaps no, alongside him. Bellingham maybe ahead of... No. I wonder how they're doing that. Maybe Bellingham left, Saka right, Kane up front. Who knows? Give it 2 minutes, Manny, my brother. 75th cap for Henderson. Should have played against Italy. I don't have to read out my comments. Luca, what's going on? I'm very good, bruvs. Luca, if you're not busy, maybe join us at halftime or something, because I can't send out the link no more because... I don't know, Twitter went into meltdown, so I can't send the link unless you're on my WhatsApp. So if I had him in like a Hazard or something, I probably could have got him on. Maybe I'll fling Manny, if he wants, sorry, on the WhatsApp group to save scenarios like this. So Manny, stay there. Don't upset me, bruvs. I've had a weird Sunday. And there is the team. Shouts out to you, Luke. Hold on. Saka isn't injured then. Nope. No, clearly not, bros. How's Thomas Party getting on? Guys, 10 p.m. live tonight, man. We've got a lot to talk about. I haven't been in the building. I got a whole load of information ready the other night. Obviously, I didn't go live. I think I got smashed instead or something. But there was a couple of bits that I wanted to talk about. And I'm not going to be able to find it now, so fuck it. But the transfer room, even though it's not transfer season, as you know, it was clearly up and running again. Man City involved. Linked to Maddison again. Who was it though, man? There was a couple of bits of transfer gossip that actually surprised me. Just kicked off. I'm just about to. So again, I'll be behind as usual. Saka is on the centre circle, brother. Shouts out to you though, man. Let me try it now, man. Let me try it now. See if I can't. Let me refresh my phone. See if I can't get Manny involved. That's Twitter's way of just saying fuck you, Manny, by the way. Thank you. Shouts out to all the real ones. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we're new. And I'm going to the wrong place, Manny. Where do I go? StreamYard. There you go. Invite guest. Copy link. Bang. Over to Twitter. But it's still going to say message not sent. Please. Let's try and get Manny in. Oh, bollocks. Look, Manny. It's Twitter's way of just telling me to fuck myself. Manny. I don't want to send it because it will let me do it on my page, if you know what I mean. I wonder, could you run on there like a snake, grab it quickly, and could I delete it in time before we just get dickheads joining us? How do I do this? If any of the real ones was here, like Hazard, WBs, or any of them ones from the group, I could send it to the group and they could send it to you. Manny, stay right there, yeah? I want to hear your commentary today, Manny. So stay right there, mate. I've just shown it to you. Hold on, has it just gone through? Manny, it says it's just gone through, motherfucker. It says it's just gone through. Manny, go. Man, a big apology to Grievo, but we'll come back to that anyway. Hold on. By the way, it's my birthday. Oh my God, it's fucking Manny's birthday. Manny, my phone claims the link has gone through. So over to you, Grievo. So, bro, I've had a madness. It's the whole flat thing, bro. If you ever see, forget 3-bedroom flats in where you live. Sorry, I was almost going to say the whole location, but not yet. No, bros. It says it has. It says sent. Hold on. Oh no, now it's coming up with look the red dot, bros. I see. I don't want to keep doing it because it probably then makes me go back to wait again. Hold on. This one reckons it sent it again, but maybe it's going to say failed in a minute. Brother, take a look. Sorry. Look, it says it's sent again, but maybe it's going to come up as failed. Brother, I don't know what's going on. Bear with me, Manny. Don't lose the faith. I have no idea what's going on my phone, Manny. I have zero idea. Right, Manny, I'm going to refresh my phone. It claims it's sent. I'm going to go back, refresh, go back. Fuck me, look at the Ukrainians. They're jumping around like good uns. Manny. Oh, fuck you, it's failed. Manny, I'm going solo for 5-10 minutes. Please wait. Oh, do you know what? I'll just send it. Stay there, Manny. It's your birthday. I'm going to sing happy birthday to you. Bros, it's not me. It's fucking Twitter. So just don't even go there because it'll just piss me off. Sorry, and I know you're not. Why does things annoy me? Why is Pickford in goal? Why does Maguire always play? But shouts out to Manny. I have a feeling Manny's probably at 10% or 20 or even 50% more patriotic than me. So I'm looking forward to having you on, Manny. Shouts out to Grievo. What's good? Hold on, what did he say? You're my yard in 10 minutes. I'll jump in then. Fantastic, bros. Go on, Big Harry Kane. Are you going to Manchester United in summer? Oh, shit, it's going to be a quiet stream. Luca, where are you? Luca bounces in, says hello and ducks. You always harass me to come on my stream, Luca. If you're there, talk to me. Come in at half time because I can't send anything at the moment. So just come in at half time. Manny, you stay there. I want you on immediately. And Luca, if you're there, you can jump in. What's this? Someone sent me a message on a fucking thing. It's Luca. I'll put it there. Jump in half time if you want. Jump in at half time. Half time. Oh, bollocks. I've just sent it into drafts. Do you know what, mate? I'm just going stupid. Use the name. How the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Mate, I'm not the technical, Manny. Go away. What the fuck are you talking about? You want to get NATO involved? What? I know probably some people are sitting there. Probably Cam's just jumped in thinking, you dumbass. Bro, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But good afternoon, Manny, Luca, Danny, and the boys. Cam, I've been threatening to visit. Hey, goes Mikhailo Mudryk. Hey, I forgot. Let's have a look at Mudryk. Fuck me with his little... He's a funny-looking cunt. I still think it'd been very different if he'd have been an Arsenal footballer. Manny, I'm going to try it in 5 minutes. Stay right there, Manny. Shout out to all the real ones. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribed if you're new. I'm back again. I'm having a quick little measure again. It is a quiet one, guys. Where is Luco? Is this Luco? Delete. Just delete it. Luco. Oh, fuck off. I don't want to send it again. Manny, give it 2 minutes, yeah? I don't want to touch Twitter. Anyway, here goes what looks like Maddison, number 11 shirt. Go on, Big Madders. Gone backwards to Jude. Jude does seem to be playing slightly behind him at the moment, guys. Happy birthday to Manny. You don't know, innit, bros? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Actually, I'll save it till he comes on. Oh, Maddison, trying to unlock that door with a little smart ball to Kane. Kane, ooh, temptingly whipping it in the middle. Who was that? That's Maddison turning up in the middle. I think I've got fucking players wrong there. Same birthday as the fraudulent manager we have. You're joking. Is it Arteta's birthday? You can tell I really like that guy, innit? Deep down, you can tell I like him, innit? I wouldn't have a clue. I'm sure that's been over Twitter. It goes straight over my head. Absolutely shouts out to you, Cam. Oh, look at the speed of Mikhailo Mudryk! I'm back to Pico. Pico. An England stream. This is a bit interesting, guys. What time is kickoff? It's already kicked off, bros. We're fucking 6 minutes in. Shouts out to you, Whoa! He loves this same back five, doesn't he? Pickford, Walker, fucking, well, Chilwell here and there, but then I suppose it could have been Reece, but the centre, Stones, Maguire, doesn't ever change. Anyone got any comments on that? Is Stones and Maguire the best two centre-backs England have to offer, guys? There's question number one today. Is there any players that actually should be in the England squad rather than certain other individuals? I don't know. Arsenal news. Nwari. I'm hearing he's fucking off, guys. But this will be more 10 p.m. chat, clearly. But I'm hearing Nwari's fucking off. Man City or Chelsea. He's going to make his decision in the summer. What the fuck is that about? Like, he must be close to being able to sign a professional contract, as he must be near his 16th birthday. But again, I don't chase up motherfuckers' birthdays, not even professional footballers. But I'm hearing Nwari's ducking from us. Like, how unfucking fortunate. Balogun, I'm also hearing, will be sold. Also, he's not going to represent Nigeria or England. He's going to choose the USA. I'm hearing this should come out in the next few days. So, guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new, and don't forget me at 10 p.m. There is absolutely a fuckload of news to get involved in, or to talk about, rather, since I haven't been streaming the last few days, and that's been more because of, what do I say it? Fraudulent estate agents, me fucking around with estate agencies. Granny. Shouts out to you, Honey. Shouts out to the real ones. Who's this? Right. Has everybody kicked the granny out of the like button? Guys, has everyone kicked the F out of the like button, guys? Madison is in the number 11 shirt. So who was that? Streaming in the middle. Streaming through the center. Let's try and get Manny in. Let's refresh the phone. Guys, I took the case off my phone. I'm taking one F of a risk. Do you know that? But it doesn't fit my fucking thing in the car. Who's that? Harry Kane penalties? Where am I supposed to go? StreamYard. Copy the link. Bang. Invite a fucking guest. I ain't got your email. Email's another way you can do it, bros. But I ain't got your email. And I fucking can't be bothered for fucking emails. Right. Come on, Twitter. Behave yourself. Because Manny wants a piece. Come on, behave. Oh, fuck me. My message not sent. Oh, God. Manny, inbox me your email. Inbox me your email quickly, brother. I hope you ain't got one of them fucking 741277 Manny backward hashtag hyphen. Brothers, if you got one of them emails, get out of my face. Manny, send me your email real quick on the double, bruvs. I'm trying to get you on here, bros. And Twitter's just fucking me about. I don't know what's up. Is Twitter having a meltdown today, guys? Brilliant. He's done it as well. He's such a legend. Hold on. Copy. Oh, bollocks. Let me just take a picture of it. And where's my fucking pen? Oh, mate. I heard it drop just before I went live. Fucking hell. Give me a little pen. Right. Does this work? Yes. Right. Manny, bear with me. Bear with me, Manny. Only 9 minutes in, Manny. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Bros, I don't know all this copy and paste shit, so don't even bother. Right. It's all small. Right. Fuck me. Email. Wow. How much of a bastard has this been today? 2. Please be right. That's a wicked email, by the way. That's a wicked one. I like that, Manny. Right, please, have I copied the link? Yes, I have. Manny, if there's a God, that should be with you right now. Shouts out to you here. Fend them open. Bros, I've always wanted to do what I used to do when you come on here, but I don't go on the bed no more, and I don't want to break the chair on the wooden floor, but fend them. I'm not chipping my lovely wooden floor, bros. But fend them open. How you doing, Jay? Up. Hey, Manny's coming on, bros. We've got a treat today. I do believe Manny should be with us in a minute. I've sent him an email now because Twitter has been rampaging. Not even ramping, it's been rampaging to me. Shouts out to UE. Man's got a footballer in the family. He's got a footballer in the family. Very soon. Shouts out to you, bro. Good afternoon, Linda. Right, at Cam. AOC. That's right, mate. And cheers. Say hello to Gemma for me. And hope you're all good. Big up Danny and the gang. What's going on? UE, Danny Manny. And she says, hi. Shouts out to Gemma. 11 minutes in. I do believe Manny should be joining me. Fuck me. If this email hasn't gone through, then my phone just cannot send mail. I've obviously put a capital PSA in 1 second. For fuck's sake, Manny. Fuck's sake. I should smash fucking what's their face? Twitter up. What am I doing? Listen, mate, stop telling me what to do. That's a capital P. I don't want fucking that. Oh God. Mate, stop trying to tell me because I've put it in wrong once already. Stop trying to make me put the same one in, you fucking bastard. Oh, I ain't got much patience, have I? Have I missed out something, perhaps? Everyone leave me alone. I fully give up. It won't let me message it because that one's wrong. So why won't it accept this one? Please piss off. Empty subject. Who cares? Oh God, see if that's gone through, Manny. Fuck me, guys. What's going on? I give up. I'm gonna try one more time on Twitter as well. Or Manny, I fully give up. Because this will just wind me up. Message not sent on Twitter. Twitter's broken. Right, bang. Not too bad. Still looking for somewhere to move to. What? Both of you have had enough for there. Sorry, because I thought maybe I don't know. It's not the place to talk about it. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. You just got there, but then again, so did I. Breaking fast with jerk chicken today. Mac and cheese. Lord have mercy. Well, I won't be doing the jar. I'll have a bit of rice and peas. A lovely bit of that mac and cheese. How'd you do? Happy Ramadan, bros. Hopefully, God is giving you that strength out there, bros. What time do you break your fast? I don't know. What time is sunset today with that blinking sun out there? Ooh. Oh, the clocks have gone forward. Oh, bros. Oh, bros. They robbed you for an hour, bros. Oh, sorry. No one taking it. They robbed you for an hour, bros. You can't eat, bro. You can't drink. Now, shout out to you. Shout out to all the real ones. Where is all the real ones today? Apart from my you. Hey! I take it it's going to say message failed, isn't it? Bros, if I broke my phone, should I turn it off? New message. What's going on? Let me go to my sent fucking bitch. Cannot send mail. All right, do you know what? Man, I don't know. I'm actually turning off my phone though. There you go. Look, I'm actually turning off my phone, bro. I don't know what's going on. My phone's had a fucking panic attack, bro. Shouts out to all the real ones though. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I'm going to turn back on the phone. I love how clocks are on me. Prompts me for an hour. That's what I'm saying, bro. Oh shit, the clocks are onto him as well. Everyone is onto UE. The clocks are onto UE. They've bumped him. Whoa, almost smashed my phone. Right, bruvs, Manny. I hope you're there, bros, but I don't know. Right, we're turning said Apple back on. I have no idea what's going on, bruvs. Oh, bros, the whole world is onto you, bros. When the clocks start robbing you, bros, for 1 hour, bros, to spite you so you can't eat and drink, bros. That's just fucking deep out here. Right, my phone's gone on. That was quite quick. Shouts out to Manny the Man. Woo. Manny the Man's probably losing the will to live out here today, trying to wait for this one. Don't worry, guys. We'll make this one worth it if possible. There used to be a way where you could just go to your email straight away on the StreamYard thing. Something's changed, bruvs. Enter the studio. I'm in the fucking studio. Right, over to Twitter. Over to Twitter. Twitter's onto me, bruvs. Everyone's onto me as well. The second I don't know what it is, bruvs. Send. Hey, Manny! Turning on and off the phone looks like it's fucking worked, bruvs. Yeah, but it's going to say the link's now expired. I so I managed to piss off even more. What's good, brother? Rise and Fall. What the fuck is that? Will now be played. What, bruv, guys? What is Channel 4 doing in football? Fuck me. Until Cam told me 4, and I was thinking, what do you mean 4? Like golf. 4? What are you talking about? I was thinking, sorry, Craig. No. Cam. Can here. Kamayev. Can. Oh, look at Ukraine playing out from the back and effing it all up. Right, Manny should be joining us, guys. Momentarily. I'm having a. I thought she said I'm having Coke later. I'm having a what? I'm having a Coke later. What? The F are you talking about? Right, let's see what Mikhailo Mudrak's saying. Running around on the Wembley pitch. Do you know what I mean? See if this boy is up to anything. I know I'm just waiting for Manny to message me. No, Dan, I didn't get the link. Let's check Twitter again. It's going to say message failed. Brubs, it claims it's got there. It claims you've seen it. I don't know, bros. Maybe Twitter's on a melt effing down. Manny. Guys, what have you heard about Jude Bellingham? I'm hearing it's done to Liverpool. Why would you sign for Liverpool? Well, wouldn't you wait to see if they're in the top 4? I don't know. But then again, why give Arteta a contract last year when we're not guaranteed top 4 and then we just flopped out of it? Lost the place to Tottenham. I don't know. And worry, Man City or Chelsea. So I'm not like that. That's going to fucking piss me off. That's just going to grab me into my feelings. Like, shit. I don't get it at all. Guys, F off my phone because I've been sort of starting around for the first 22 minutes of the stream. Shouts out to Yui, to Linda, to Cam, to Gemma, to you, Manny. Still not great, Danny. Right. Manny. Fucking steady. Manny, it's effing there, bruvs. There it is. What do you mean you didn't get it? Devices are not connected. It just said you're there. Get out of that one, Manny. Get out. Go back in, I reckon. Device is not connected. Oh, hold on. Is his face going to pop up? Hey! What's the score, though? It's 0-0, bros. It's England playing, bros. What do you think? It's going to be 4-0 or something? And, guys, better late than never. Shouts out to Manny. Why can
yes, Danny boy. Danny boy, good to be here. And listen, it actually came in my Twitter inbox about a few minutes ago, I think. I think you're right. Yeah, Twitter's been sort of acting up a little bit. It is, of course, 21:49 my time, so you are about a minute or so behind me. And Ukraine.
I'm on 20. Oh, what did you say? 20:49.
Yeah, now it's about to clock 22.
Oh shit! So yeah, I'm a minute and a bit behind. So right, okay. So Manny, you'll be lead man on commentary, I suppose. And guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do welcome back, Manny. I've been away myself.
Mate, listen. You know the drill. Like, see, when we did the commentary together for the US-England game in the World Cup, I do seem to remember that we were both on the same time. That way, I was able to do some commentary because it wouldn't be fair for me to simply speak and provide any kind of spoilers, if you know what I mean. Because I don't want to do that to you. So we will enjoy the game.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. To be honest with you, if you want to take lead role in that commentary, guys, I actually don't give a damn. You know, I'm only here to put in the appearance as it's England, and I'll be back for the 10 p.m. live. And Wari talk, Nicola Pepe talk, even though Arsenal fans ain't spoke about him for a while. And yeah, the young kid, and Wari. I hear he's out the building, bros. Chelsea.
Oh boy. Well, it's a little bit like Harvey Elliott of Fulham, you see, because he also owned the record before Nwaneri broke it. But then he's gone on to Liverpool and, has accomplished bigger and better things. So I think that's another thing which I really hated about what Arteta did. He clearly wanted to, have the record all to himself.
Yeah, because you've never played him again. You've never enticed him to sign that contract by giving him 5 minutes here or there. I do appreciate we're not in the League Cup or anything, but mate, there has to be a Europa League game where you throw him on for 5-10 minutes for me, or like, mate, if he's as good as people are suggesting, we're gonna have to take us like, what the fuck is that, mate? I'm writing you a message. Look at this shit, man. Look at that. My phone is typing down everything I'm writing, and it's probably about to send it to you. So don't worry, it's just what we're talking. How weird is it? Delete. Bro, my phone's going like a fucking idiot. I don't get what's going on.
Mate, listen, you might need to check your phone for viruses, perhaps, because I mean, it can sometimes happen that if your phone's infected, they could cause some problems. But I'll tell you one thing right now. I like this lineup, and I do like the changes made. I think Chilwell has really looked really sharp down that left wing, and obviously he fired it across to Saka.
I've never actually.
Harry. Yeah.
I've never been a Chilwell hater. I know a lot of people think he shouldn't be around the England team. I was having the Hazard debate the other day. Hazard, God bless him. We were talking about Ben White, and I was like, if Ben White's so great, why isn't he in this England team? I still suggest it's probably something that he done at the World Cup, Manny. But
it is. I mean, the story is
I still don't think he's better than Trippier this season. So there you go as well. So I tried to I believe what happened at the World Cup, but I still don't believe he's better than Trippier or Reece James anyway. There you go.
Well, Southgate said it, mate. I mean, he made it crystal clear that he didn't select Ben White because there were a few right-backs in the squad like Reece James, Walker, Alexander-Arnold, Trippier, as mentioned. And they're just a little bit, better than him at the moment. And I would agree with that to some extent because White doesn't... I mean, he's sort of a Benny come lately, as it were, because he's started playing right back this season. And the others have been playing right back ever since they started playing football, you see. So, I mean, there was some talk about how he was
that good then, Manny. If he's that good then, as you've seen, he's played Carl Walker at centre-half, yeah? So you can't actually tell me Gareth Southgate isn't shook or scared to change someone's position, in my opinion. So if he was that fucking good, bruvs, whether he's a right back or a centre back, he'd be in a 26-man squad. So no, I'm not really having that one, bruvs. For me,
yeah, agreed.
If a right back in Man City can go centre back, why can't he go centre back or right back? Because as you said, from birth, but for his career, he's played centre back. I'm asking if he's good enough to be in the England squad, centre back or bastard right back.
Yeah, I mean, not really though. I mean. This season is just a case of him breaking out, as it were, looking younger. Oh, thank you very much indeed. I mean,
happy birthday, happy birthday.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. Thank you very much indeed. And of course, you all know that it is the gaffer's birthday. The less said about that, the better.
Yeah, mate.
Revo, cheers.
You share the birthday of our manager. Excellent stuff.
Yes, I do. And he's a year younger than me.
I want both teams to lose. Yeah, bros. All right, so what's that? 2-2 draw? 2-2.
Yeah.
I think 2-2 would be a defeat for England. So I don't know.
It would feel like a defeat given that it's at Wembley. And, obviously we haven't really seen too much of Zinchenko today. He's looked a little bit anonymous. Mudryk has certainly shown a lot of wonderful speed. And I think, for all of his struggles at Chelsea, Danny, I have to say that you're completely spot on. Mudryk is a terrific talent. I think he just needs to settle in at Chelsea and let all of that storm die down.
I think, honestly, every manager like Vieira never played Eze at Palace, and I could never get that. I don't know if it's maybe he really didn't want Mudryk. He probably didn't want half of the players, Potter. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah,
Potter wouldn't be a bastard to him. Maybe he's done something in training. He ain't showing the hunger. I don't know. What I'm saying is, at Arsenal, I still believe it would be fully different, mate.
I completely agree. And, for all of the good work that Trossard has done, you can't tell me that with the talent that Mudryk has, he wouldn't be a decent option. And we're now at Kyle Walker, who's now at right back. And, of course, whenever Walker has played at right back, it's because, it's been part of a three-man centre-back formation, a sort of a 5-3-2 with Trippier and one left-back. It could either be Luke Shaw. In 2018, it was Ashley Young. So back to Ben White. I just don't think, as good as he may be performing now, he's just not to the level that Southgate wants. And I do believe there was something in the World Cup which happened, which made him go home. What angers me a great deal is that when you've got your club mates, Saka and Ramsdale, in the squad, who are very much a part of it. I mean, Ramsdale also didn't get a minute to play, but at least he never, created, got into a Barney with any of the coaching staff. Why couldn't they have sat Ben down and said, "Look, Ben, whatever's going on, it's not about you. It's the team that's important." If it were a rugby team, mind you, they would have, really set him straight. But you were saying?
I believe, mate, and hey, Luco. Perhaps we'll get Luco in at half time, bros. I've just had a nightmare getting Manny in. Just had a nightmare getting Manny in, so we'll see. But hold on. Let's just finish. Hold on. Let me finish Ben White first, mate. Ben White, he wasn't injured. I think he was just mate. He's confessed and said on interviews he doesn't like football. He doesn't watch football. Yeah. After he finishes training, he doesn't read about it, watch it, doesn't give a shit about it. Are you pretty much agreed? So, yeah. I believe all of his mates from Brighton, or wherever his mates are from, or his girlfriend or boyfriend, or whatever he's got, to be honest with you, I believe they're all out having fun in the summer. He had booked his ticket to Ibiza, Cyprus, or wherever he was going, and I fucking think he got completely bored. And I think he just didn't want to be there. And I think he sort of sat Gareth. I've been saying Gareth Southgate sitting him down. I think he sat Gareth Southgate down and just said, mate, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want to be here. And I believe still, as alarming as this could sound, I believe Gareth Southgate said, as long as I manage you probably jeopardise your international career. I still believe Benny Boy stood up and said, I don't give a fuck. I don't like football. Totally, bro, I'm off to Cyprus. That's what I honestly think happened, bros. I honestly think it's clear cut as that.
Well, if that's the case, then, it's either it could be good for Arsenal, but it's bad for Ben White because, why would any young player in his position...
If he doesn't like football, doesn't give one shit about England, doesn't want to represent his country, do you know what I mean? He ain't getting paid for it. He plays football because he gets paid. I'm sure he's pretty much put that out there as well. He was just fortunate enough to be good at football. I'm not having a dig at Ben White, by the way, guys. I'm just saying, for me, it's pretty clear cut. You don't like football. You don't watch it. You don't want to read about transfer rumours. You said, what did he say? The transfer? I don't know about it, so I wouldn't know who's coming to Arsenal. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about football. I just happen to be kind of decent at it. So for me, brother, I think he was sat down and said, mate, you might not play for England again. I think he said, Gareth, I couldn't give one fuck, mate. Do you know what I mean? Gareth, send me home. I bet he didn't even want to get on the plane.
If that's the case, then good riddance. Because look, why would any player worth his salt at his age want to spurn the prospect of, adulation and recognition by being a part of the England squad? I do get that when it comes to Southgate, it's a case of jobs for the boys, because more often than not, it'll be the same group of players who get to play and start every single game with a few other people sprinkled in to add a bit of diversity, as it were. I mean, you were just ranting earlier on about why he always prefers the same.
I'm sorry, I've just seen Kane. Sorry, Bros.
Yeah. That was an awful miss. I mean, look, it was put to him on a plate, and he balloons it over.
Let me see if I can speed up. Hold on, I've got a couple of links. Let me see if I can speed up.
I mean, I've seen Gary Lineker in his prime. I've seen Wayne Rooney. I mean, Kane does have talent, but when a large percentage of your goals are penalties, I mean, I can't say that because Messi scored more than a few penalties, but he's also scored some absolute, crackers as well in his time.
Right, hold on. Manny, let's do some comments. Manny, babes, you're spot on. You looked at me, babes. Mudrak is going to be a star.
Well, he said I look younger, so maybe he meant baby.
Okay, but possibly. Henderson, for me, played since 2014 World Cup. Don't know what that,
I think he says he prefers Henderson to play. And
okay. Take Saka off. I like that. Southgate's trying to injure Saka. There's one for the conspiracy theorists. I love it. And we in a title race. Do England need Saka? I think England do need Saka, bros. Personally, though, if I was Saka, I said my groin was hurting me or something. But I do get what you're saying. But it's not as cut as shut as that. I think Saka actually likes representing England, unlike Ben White. That's the problem, bros.
Absolutely.
So, guys, please hit the likes on the video. Don't let's stop. Rant. What are you ranting about, Luco? What do you want to rant about? Do you want to come on and have a rant, Sam? Shouts out to Luco, to Yumi, to Linda, to Grivo, to who else is here? Craig, Cam. I don't know if Craig's been in. Has Craig been in? Craig, Cam, Gemma, all the real ones. I want to see a bit more of Mikhailo Mudryk now, because he has shown them little injections of speed without really getting over.
Oh, you're about to see one right now, mate. Enjoy.
Brilliant. That's just as I said it as well, eh? Because I know this guy is a fucking footballer.
Who else have I been scouting recently, Manny? Out of interest, who have I been scouting for you, bro? Who have I been scouting? It'll come back to me because I've been watching players recently as well over the last month. I'd say. Do you know what I mean? Who is it? I tried to watch that Zubamendi a couple of times, mate. I don't know. He might be just blessed because he's playing for Real Sociedad in a bad way. I don't know. Not sure. I've just got this horrible feeling. We don't want Rice. We don't want Caicedo. I have a feeling if we go away, Mudryk. There, big Harry Maguire.
Yeah. And this is why you never ever write off Harry Maguire when it comes to playing for England. He might be, a dud for Manchester United this season, but for England, he's always, the top man, as it were.
There you go. That's from
but look, that injection of pace, that knowledge of when to really turn on. You turn on the afterburners, you leave your defense for dead. That is absolute class. And, this is one of the reasons why I love doing lives with you whenever I can, because I get to pick your brain. Your scouting is spot on. Seriously. You should be doing a job for one of these clubs around the league, I think.
Yeah. Nice. Go and look at some of the lower league football. I done a Falkirk stream the other day, bro. I think you've done all right for views. Falkirk versus Ayr. I don't know what I was up to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, bro, it got better views than Arsenal fucking watcher for whatever reason.
Something different. I mean, Falkirk is not necessarily people's. I mean, it's not necessarily what people would watch, but something different. They might want to think, what's this bloke doing today? And they might just get hooked.
Craig's gonna live forever. Craig's gonna live forever. If he wasn't in the stream, he's here now because I just said, where's Craig? So there you go. Craig's in the building. Eddie Nketiah would get a lot more caps if I was manager. Yeah, I don't think he means that directly at all.
Of course he doesn't. Look at the emojis after that.
Sorry,
the thing is, yeah.
Manny, Balogun is going to turn down advances from England and Nigeria, and I hear he's going to represent the USA going forward. What do you think of that?
Ooh, very interesting indeed. I think Balogun sees most doors to the England squad closed, because even if Kane were to potentially retire after Euro 2024, England still would be blessed with more than enough attacking talent. And, I certainly wouldn't want to see Eddie Nketiah getting in too far ahead of him. In fact, of course, Nketiah and Saka are in the same age group for the England youth teams, but you see how Saka has gone and developed. You see where Nketiah is. If Balogun feels as though he might not be getting much of a chance, then what's the point of trying to take his chance on England? And with the American team, though, I think we saw them in the World Cup. They certainly looked like a terrific team. But I think it's fair to say that since the retirements of Brian McBride and Landon Donovan and a few others, they just don't seem to have a good goal scorer. And Timothy Weah, of course, course, George's son, who scored against Wales, I believe it was. Did he score against England? He might. I think he did. I don't know. But I don't remember that. But, he actually played as a winger. So the US will need some sort of proven goal scorer. They also had Josie Altidore. I think he's not in the picture anymore.
Yeah. He wasn't very good when he got to England, bro. Who did he play for? Oh, God. Sunderland or something.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Definitely a lower league club. And
I think they were Premier League. They were Premier League at the time, my friend. I'm sure they were. I'm sure it's Sunderland as well. You probably can. I'm pretty convinced.
I'm going to look that up. Josie.
He played in England, bro. I'm a genius. If he played for Sunderland,
Anyway, keep watching the telly. You're going to like it.
I'm going to like it. Here goes Mudryk, then I take it. Hold on. Shouts out. I think it was on 500, Luca. Like, not groundbreaking, but it wasn't bad for Falkirk versus the mighty Ayr United, So it was about 500 views, I do believe. Balogun is making a financial move. Hold on. He's making a financial move playing for the US. His Nike deal will be crazy. There you go, bro. So I've heard he has chose the USA. I heard Nwari's out the door. Shouts out to Yui on that one. And something else. There's been a couple of bits. I've heard Bellingham is almost done to Liverpool for whatever reason, unless someone's winding me up. But there you go. But in saying that, I hear Man United want Bellingham and Kane in the summer. And they believe they can now, even though Bellingham's turned them down before, they believe with the improvement in form, Champions League, winning a cup, going for the Europa League Cup as well. Hey, there you go. There's Harry Kane. There you go.
Rasputin. England's got a goal machine.
There you go. Big old Harry. Craig's gone 2-0. Shouts out to you, Craig. Saka just done Mudrak. All the Mudrak fans. What you saying? I'm saying I still would have liked him at Arsenal.
Altidore was with Sunderland. He played 42 league games and only scored.
He got about 3 goals. 2 free goals. How many? 2 or 3?
1 league goal and
there you go.
Sunderland. A total of
I remember the guy, bros. I thought he was absolutely useless. So I was
absolutely,
only mentioning
mentioning
you said that was one of USA's goal threats. I was thinking, was he?
Yeah, well, he was all right for the US, actually. I mean, 115 caps, 42 goals. Definitely not bad returns by any means. But obviously at Sunderland, he was an absolute dud. He also played at Hull City on loan, 1 league goal there. But, when it came to playing on the other side of the Atlantic, he was almost peerless. And, of course, he's still playing. He's no longer involved with the national team. I think he's retired. I don't know if he even. Yeah, obviously after the US failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, didn't really stick around for too long and decided to call it a day. So back to Balogun, if he's deciding to go and play for the US, that's not a bad career choice because the US definitely will need some prolific goal scorers. And if he turns it on, that could be a good career decision for him.
Well, I fully agree. And as you said as well, not bad for a bit of bonuses and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? So, yes.
Yeah. But
realistically, I wouldn't have went with England. So it seemed to me there's a lot of people saying he was going to go with Nigeria, but I've heard something different now. I've heard he's kind of chose America, and that should be released soon. But who knows? I'm not Craig Murphy. Do I need to change my tag? I'm not Craig. What did Craig actually say?
Yeah. I think anyway, but so far back to the game, I think the Ukrainian defense has not really been too
told you it's 2-0. Hold on, sorry, Cam. Sorry, Manny, it's 2-0, yeah.
But you haven't seen the goal. You haven't seen the goal yet, though.
That looks like a wonderful ball by Maddison. I thought Saka was going to nick it. Throw on England, so I'll just take him over for a minute. Henderson back to big bad Kyle Walker. Wonder does he expose himself? Anyway, stupidness.
What a twat.
Yeah. Oh, Harry Kane. Is he going to turn provider? No, he's gone backwards. Are England 2-0 up? How far could I be behind? Here goes Sacre Blau! Oh, fuck me!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And special mention to Jordan Henderson for providing a good pass. This is one of the reasons why, as long as Calvin Phillips has these problems.
Take him off now, as Lucas says. His job is fucking done.
Yeah, but I also say right now, this is the difference that Jordan Henderson brings to the team. When you saw England play Italy, and it might not be... when you saw England play Italy in Naples and Phillips was on the ball, he looked completely off the pace. He was giving the ball away. And clearly all of the, shall we say, health problems that have affected him circa the World Cup have not really quite gone away. I mean, why else do you think Guardiola has not even bothered starting him in the league and only given him a few token appearances? Going to Manchester City, quite simply, was the biggest career mistake he could have ever made.
I've got something for you on this. I've got something for you on that. That's why I was dying to interrupt. I hear, so I've already said on the channel, obviously, that Pep wanted to trade Calvin, which I think would be smart all round, even though it pissed me off. Calvin Phillips, give him to West Ham. They take Declan Rice and cash on top. But I'm now hearing, so 10 p.m. I'm going to have a lot of news. I'm hearing they want this Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle, and they're thinking of offering Newcastle Calvin Phillips and 30 to 40 million pounds. So basically all of their money back and then Calvin Phillips on top. It could take a few more quid. But it seems like he's not happy with Calvin Phillips and he will be gone in the summer. And when it comes to English central midfielders, I think Henderson plays because it ain't that great. Who have they got to offer? Calvin Phillips? I've never thought he was that brilliant. I do acknowledge that Pep bought him, so he was obviously doing well at Leeds. What's going on here? Kane 3-0. Nope. Yeah, fuck knows.
Well, I think, Guardiola obviously wanted to try and get
by. Sorry, man, here's another one. Lee Gunner doesn't know fucking bollocks that he's talking about. Lee Gunner guesses. He watches the Sun newspaper and then goes and blows himself. He knows absolutely zero about the club. Do you know what I mean? He's not the worst, but I'm saying he's not up there with like groundbreaking news, bros. The guy's
no,
just
it's funny, really, because the bugger lives in Spain, right? Okay, now,
yeah.
So it's not like he actually reads the British newspapers very frequently, although I do accept that, you know, you get everything online. And
Yes.
I'm not even sure what sort of sources he has, because most of he's
HP,
contemptuous of
ketchup,
most of those sources.
HP, ketchup, things like that, bros. I'm sure it's like mayonnaise, like that is his sources, bros. It's HP, a bit of brown sauce, mayonnaise, like that is his sources, bros. He's full of shit.
Oh, HP was good. I'm sure you remember those advertisements with Frank Bruno. Pass the sauce, Harry.
I actually fucking do, as it happens. I haven't thought of that in a long time. Nice.
Oh, Frank was a character. God bless him.
Was.
But I mean, obviously, you know, given everything that's happened in his life, I'm not condoning all of the controversies as such, and you know, but I know when he was at his best and not at his worst, he was a good person. But it really, yeah, let's not talk about that. But I was talking about Lee Gunner's main channels of information. I don't even know how often he reads the papers. He's contemptuous at the likes of Football London, and so where does he get his sources from? And are they even credible sources, for crying out loud?
Football fucking London. I love it. I love it. Well done, Manny. That's that one dealt with quite quick.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh wow. Oh wow. Sorry, just looking. A couple of the boys are not in the stream. A couple of them are busy. I'm just looking. Shouts out to Lee Akers. Might be at least an hour before I'm home. Shouts out to the real ones. Please do the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Sorry, man. I was having a little scan through the phone. Shouts out to the real ones. Huey's, Lee Akers. 42 minutes I'm on. I don't know how long ago you said that. Sorry. Nearly 3-0.
Yeah.
I didn't quite see that myself, perhaps.
Right. So you see here today, right now for the Ukraine, Zinchenko's actually playing the Xhaka role in the 4-2-3-1 formation, the second defensive midfielder, while Mykolenko from Everton is at left back. And so you see, obviously, it's not the system that Zinchenko prefers to play in. I think the coach has decided that he sees.
He seems to be comfortable at left back and then sort of roams. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, the problem is he roams, but he doesn't track back as often. And one of the reasons why I absolutely adore Kieran Tierney, I mean, you saw when he came on against Crystal Palace how sharp he looked. And that assist to Bukayo Saka for that fourth goal. Chef's kiss right there. Absolute class. But, you know, when it comes to Arteta in this so-called system, it's quite clear that Tierney won't really try to fit in. And I don't want to see him have to compromise his classical, you know, overlapping left back game where he tracks back and provides defensive cover just so that he can get in Arteta's good books. So I hope Tierney leaves, and because it doesn't look like Arteta's going to give him too many more minutes.
I was reading, but it's probably more Football London here, so that's why I've never said it on my channel, but I haven't been live, to be honest with you, the last couple of days. But Arsenal to get rid of 7 players, it's Pepe, Cedric, Mari, like the obvious ones, but there was no kind of talk of the Emil Smith-Rowe, of Vieira or a Tierney. Tavares was in the list of the 7, though. Tavares was, I repeat, was in this supposed 7 that's getting rid of. Maybe Tierney stays, but then maybe he doesn't want to be a squad player. And perhaps, like, listen, mate, if you look at Newcastle's back 5, yeah, including goalkeeper, it's good. Well, they've got that 7-foot geezer at left back. I think Tierney slots in there brilliantly, and they're a fucking much better team with him next season. So I think that would be smart for Newcastle. I don't know how smart it is for Arsenal, but I think, because what is it? You got Trippier, Botman, can't remember the other fucker, Pope in goal, but at left back you got Dan fucking Burn. Swap that with fucking
Fabian Schär's the other one in the defence, the Swiss guy.
That's it, Schär. I was going to say Lascelles, but I know it ain't him, the former captain, so that's why I didn't say nothing. But yeah, slip Tierney into that back 5, bros. I think Newcastle are a fucking lot better defence. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be how much Tierney wants to be a squad player, mate. Because I don't think at his age, I think at his age he's better than a squad player. Like that's why I've said completely. That's why I said Arsenal sell him sometimes, because I think we could cash in. And if it's Newcastle, 25, 30 million pounds, please. Do you know what I mean? Tavares, 10, 15 million pounds, please. That could be a potential 40 million pound for a summer fucking raid for a decent player. Not that Arsenal do it. Do you know what I mean?
Another club who
in the building. Our German correspondent is in the building. Danny, we have to talk about Bayern. Yes, damn. As I said, our German correspondent is in the building. Yes, right. Tuchel, obviously, has taken charge. Nagelsmann, or whatever you want to call him, linked to Tottenham. Nagelsmann. Thank you, man.
Tottenham?
Yes.
It just beggars belief. Why do Tottenham seem to enjoy hiring these abrasive, loud managers who love antagonising players? Is it sadomasochistic or what is it?
I'm going to stop you there. You bring in 2 serial winners, Jose Mourinho and then Antonio Conte. You still can't fucking win a trophy. Mate, I don't know. You genuinely might need Houdini there. Do you know what I mean? Harry Kane, if there's a God, he's got to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you going to stay at Tottenham to not win a trophy over the next 5 seasons and then suddenly you're old and retired? Not old as in, you know what I mean, deaf, but you know what I'm saying here. Like, old as in football terms. I don't know. And as for Bayern Munich, honestly, I would not be touching Nagelsmann or whatever Manny Way wants to pronounce it with a barge pole, because at the end of the day, from what we're hearing, he's a great tactical coach. But as far as managing Super, like, could you manage him trying to manage fucking Richarlison? Harry Kane, I could imagine, was quite a good and obedient boy, with no disrespect. He's like, yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, sir. I'm the greatest player in England. Thank you, sir. But people like Richarlison are going to fuck with him. So I wouldn't if I was Tottenham, but I certainly don't like Tottenham. I'm not trying to go down that road if I'm Tottenham, Daniel De Leve. If I'm Daniel De Leve, I don't want to do this. Oh, man, that fucking Antonio Conte outburst was absolutely fucking 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I had to rewind it so many times, man. I was loving it. What are you going to do? They don't win, eh? They don't win. So what do you do? Sack me, huh? You're going to do the sack me. Hey, they had the managers before me, and they have the managers after me. Fucking loved it. It was brilliant, bros. Daniel De Leve.
And you see, I'm doing the typical Italian, you know,
yeah. I'm honest. I can't do this again. I can't do this again. I'm honest.
And I tell you one thing, Daniel boy. If Nagelsmann is smarter, he won't even go down that road. You see. He won't go down
that lane. No, man, fuck you, eh? Because if I can't win here, who I say is a Nagelsmann, eh? He's a cocksucker. Surely, I'm Antonio De Conte, eh? Daniel De Leve, sack me. See where you go, eh? You see if you get to the Champions League the 2 seasons in a row, eh? You cocksucker. I actually kind of agree with him. I love the geezer.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. It's not that I don't disagree with what. It's not that I disagree with what he's saying. I don't. I mean, you know, everything he said about the club is spot on. It's just the timing, obviously, you know, for him to sort of make that particular, you know, had he said that near the end of the season, there wouldn't be any controversy. My only issue is, will the players respond, or will they down tools and see the club sink even further?
I personally think he's going to get them top 4 2 years in a row, and he's going to go at the end of the season. I told you, you don't fuck with me. But I want to win the trophy, not to show the top. I'm not used to this money, huh? I'm not used to it. I don't like this.
Entirely different level. Ballon d'Or is literally a stone's throw away for our young baller. From your lips to God's ears, Craig. I hope that happens. Of course, for that to happen, England are going to have to start.
Manny, well done, because I was just about to go there. I was taking the call. Go on, Manny, while you're on fire. Go.
No, but here's the thing. I think England are going to have to start, you know, looking to try and win, because that's not going to happen with Southgate as manager. And Southgate is now going to have to be even more ruthless and say to Calvin, "Listen, mate, son, you're going to have to shape up, or I'm going to ship you out." Because what happened with Calvin Phillips against Italy should never have been allowed to happen. We were a little bit lucky in that the other midfielders, Rice and Bellingham.
You're making revelations for me. I didn't see the game, didn't watch. You know, I'm not bang on England, mate. And when I'm busy, I've been working, and obviously that's why I haven't streamed the last few days. I don't know what happened in the game. All I've honestly heard, because of Sky Sports News, is they keep screaming, Harry Kane broke the record of a penalty. That's honestly all I know about the game. So if you want to go into what he done, let me do the last 2 comments. If you want to go into what Calvin Phillips done or didn't do, God himself couldn't win a bloody trophy at Spurs. Brilliant. Hold on, that's brilliant. That's what I'm saying. That's what I just literally said. Couldn't succeed at Tottenham. I can't see anyone else can. And that's what I'm saying if you're this guy. Because before we go over to our German correspondent, and before I even read out what he's going to say, I think Nagelsmann, I've heard, like, again, I know this is courtesy of Sky Sports again, but it was like, he lost the dressing room. Some people are saying he never fucking had it. Do you know what I mean? So, and Bayern Munich are going to be fine. And I wonder now, with Man City coming up in the Champions League, have they got Tuchel in and just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because here's the thing. I think
it's an interesting decision by Bayern Munich. They've got Mane, they've got Sane's. Do you know what I mean? I don't know about Chupa fucking that geezer up front, but you know what I mean? He is scoring goals for them. They've given him a new contract. Chupa fucking the geezer that couldn't succeed at Stoke. I can't. What you call him? Chupa who?
Chupa-Moting.
That's the bastard. And then when you look at they've got Alphonso Davies or whatever is Davies at left back, even though he hasn't been playing the whole season. They've got Pavards. Like they have got talent everywhere. They should not be sitting, as far as I know, second to Borussia Dortmund in any fucking league. Right, sorry. Bayern is a difficult club. They also had issues with Ancelotti and Flick. True. Lots of fans are actually pissed if Tuchel does not win a thing. Bang. Well, there you go. But then again, I see it. But brothers, then again, I'm German football. I do watch it, but I mean, I'm not going to claim to be knowledgeable as I am on English football, whatever, as in German. But for me, what's going on at Bayern Munich is not good enough. Borussia Dortmund, I don't believe they've got like the squad that they had on the, like, let's say a Klopp, for example. I know they've probably got one or two of the players still there, that attacking midfielder, Julian Brand, or left winger, whatever you want to call him, because I see him pop up. They've got a couple of players that are still there. But when you talk about your Lewandowskis, we know what Bayern Munich does.
Still there.
Who?
Bellingham's still there. Bellingham.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. But he'll be got, for me, like, I didn't he's gone in the summer, bros. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not even mentioning him because, like, it's just, again, without being rude, it's a stepping stone onto something that he prefers. But don't worry, because there will be another couple of kids coming through the Man City youth and the Chelsea youth that won't get a look in over here. And guess what? Borussia, Bayern Munich, etc. will take them over to Germany and unearth a couple of new fucking superstars. But as for Tuchel, I don't know, bros. He's done all right in his managerial career. He's a likable guy. Not that matters in football. I don't know. I think it's actually a round of applause. Like, there's no compensation. He was available. He's German. I think it absolutely ticks every single box. Now, I believe they'll win the league comfortably on the Tuchel now. If they are to beat Man City in the Champions League, bros, he's already a fucking instant hero. So I think this is win-win. If they go out the Champions League, I still believe they'll march onto the German League a lot more comfortable than they're starting along right now. But it is interesting. Tell us your thoughts, bros. You're the guy, Daniel Heath, for the German football. So tell us your thoughts. Shouts out to all the real ones. Shouts out to Craig, Grievold, Luco, Daniel Heath, Linda.
I think, you know, what really surprised me about the decision more than anything else is that Bayern Munich are normally known as a team, and maybe Daniel can back me up on this, I don't know. They're normally a team which sort of, you know, has that really big final push towards the end of the season where, you know, they're completely relentless and they sort of, you know, push everyone out of their way, sort of like a steam train charging through, as it were. Not even a steam train, a bullet train, as it were. And, of course, they're only 1 point behind Dortmund, and they're still in all four competitions. I guess it was just a question of, you know, the quality of the football not being good and the fact that, you know, another lesson that we could learn is if you ever get yourself involved in football, do not fall in love with a freaking journalist. Iker Casillas found that out the hard way. Sadly, he and his wife are divorced. God bless the children, by the way. And now, of course, Nagelsmann left his wife and got involved with a reporter for that German tabloid Bild, which is their version of The Sun, as it were. And, you know, obviously, when you have a situation where a player or a manager is married to a journalist, you're always going to be worried about any potential leaks to the media.
Zinchenko! Ain't she a journalist, his wife?
Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm going to have to look that up.
I'm 100% certain, motherfucker.
Yeah, so obviously, so going back to Nagelsmann, I mean, obviously in that situation there might have been some, you know, issues of trust involved with him, and they probably felt as though it wouldn't be, the relationship was a little bit untenable, so they had no choice but to bin him and be as ruthless as they could be, and they are quite ruthless with their management. Look what they did to Jurgen Klinsmann, for instance. I mean, Klinsmann found.
I would have beat him up rather than sack him. I'd have beat him up then sack him, but there you go.
Oh, mate, I agree. I mean, during his time with the German national team as a player, he was an absolute shithouse, let me tell you that. Diving everywhere. And he also played for Tottenham.
There you go. Let's see what Daniel Heath says, though, on our German take it away money.
Tuchel is not the easiest personality. The bosses stated that they saw their goals in danger. The second half of the season was too inconsistent for their taste. They lost 10 points. to Dortmund this year? So I guess maybe there was that underlying thing, and I think Daniel's obviously more on the pulse on that than I am. So good on you for that. And I suppose maybe in that case, then they had to do it.
I still think Tuchel is win-win when I measure that they are starting in the German league and they've still, as you say, got everything to play for.
Yeah,
like it's a bit hard. Like I don't want to compare it to Patrick Vieira, but Patrick Vieira had 6 games from hell over the last month or so. Yeah.
Yep.
If you look at Crystal Palace's next 6 fixtures, mate, it's like bottom, then 19th, then 18th, then 17th, then 16th, literally. And I believe Vieira would have got Palace out of trouble there. So
I agree completely. And the worst part about his sacking was that bugger Parish denied him of an emotional reunion with us. Because it was immediately after the sacking.
I'm just saying, as far as harshness, you've got them to a cup final, whatever you've done. You're a fresh manager. Like, I know time waits for no one, or it doesn't matter what you've done last year, etc. We've seen fucking managers win the league and then get sacked the year after. But
yeah, Nagelsmann, of course, won the league with Bayern and got sacked afterwards. So, yeah, I mean, the Vieira sacking was very harsh indeed because, look, there are other factors affecting him. Zaha, who's normally very prolific, has not been able to score. They haven't been able to score too many goals.
Wasn't he injured for the last 4 weeks when they were injured? Sorry, you know what I mean. Wasn't he injured the last 4 weeks when they were struggling?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know...
Well, that's what I'm saying. There was a couple of circumstances. Your talisman ain't there. Literally, I'm sorry to say, one of your only threats, unless Oloisi wants to turn up, you ain't got a fucking striker. Okay, he probably should have done something in the summer instead of maybe buying Amana, looking at Lokongas, etc. Because he was a midfielder. Maybe he's a bit obsessed with central midfielders. Right. But yeah, Daniel, I don't know, mate. What happens come the summer if Tuchel, let's not say he fails, Tuchel wins the league by a country mile, he gets battered by Man City. I take it they still run with him next season. I don't know.
Well, let's not assume that City will be a shoe-in to win, because let's not forget that Tuchel was, of course, Chelsea coach when they beat Manchester City in that Champions League final.
You know what? It's in the back of my brain. I've been on the back of my brain, but you know I don't like being wrong. So I was certain of that, Manny. So well done. I was kind of waiting for you to say something because I wasn't sure. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he battered him in the final. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't exactly. I mean, a 1-0 win isn't exactly battering, and I think by all accounts, Pep Guardiola.
Was in a fucking prestigious tournament. A 1-0's that's like 11-0 for me. It's prestigious. Fuck you. They took a beating. Your boys took a beating. I'm joking.
Yeah, it's a bit like 1990 when the Germans battered the Argentinian team who were hoping for penalties, but thankfully Andres Bremer said, "You want a penalty? You got a penalty. I'll score it."
Manny, do you remember that game, mate? That honestly, I felt like I suffered for 90 minutes. I remember even as a kid, though. Maybe because I was a kid, I was like,
I'll be honest with you. I didn't feel like watching it because England, of course, got knocked out in the semi-finals. I mean, when Stuart Pearce and Chris Waddle missed their penalties, I was crying a river, and I couldn't bring myself to watch it. And you know, by all accounts,
I didn't. On today's stream, Manny, I'm not the biggest on the. I don't know if you heard before you got in the stream. I was like, listen, Manny's about 50% more patriotic than me, so hence why I want to get him on the stream. Like, I said that was word for word. Go back to this how I listen. I was like,
wait a minute, we're at half time. Isn't Luca coming on?
Mate, I have no idea. I'm seeing a black girl.
Anyway, maybe he'll come on at the end. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, by all accounts, that game was an absolute disgrace. The Argentinians didn't even want to play. I mean, half of their squad ended up not going out injured. And they were just Maradona was completely out of form. It was Goycochea who was carrying them through. And then when they got their 2 boys sent off, you know, it was just awful. But I'll tell you one thing: seeing Maradona blub like a baby really made my night. And but anyway, back to Tuchel and Guardiola. I think Guardiola, by all accounts, left most of his creative players on the bench and had a team which wasn't really that cohesive. He brought the creative players on later on to try and do something, but by then it was too little too late. And that's the thing about Guardiola's Manchester City. You see that they, whenever they're on form and dominant, they're rampant and they're pretty much relentless. But when they're in a bit of a spot of bother, they don't. They're unable to do enough to try to get back into the game, and when they finally do something, it's too little, too late. And right now, where I'm standing, the teams are coming on for the second half. Back to England versus the Ukraine. As expected, England have been pretty much. They've been accomplished. They've been professional. They didn't even need to be dominant, and you can see the difference that Henderson brings into the team.
Well, hold on, Manny. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, England always go through qualifiers. They win every game. They don't concede a goal. It's fucking repetitive, bro. And then they get to the World Cup or the European Championships, and then you know what I mean. Like I don't know. Like you're good. You got the energy for it. I just don't. Like England always do this, mate. When was the last time they had a bad I don't know, 94. I mean, they didn't qualify. When was the last time they had a bad qualification round? Like they pretty much for me don't.
2008, the Wally with the Brolly.
Fuck. Fair enough. I went way back to 94. Yes, of course. All right, fair enough.
94 was unforgettable. Do I not like that? Rest in peace, Graham Taylor. And that 94 campaign was a bit sad because obviously several of the heroes of the Italian 90 campaign would never play for England again. We never saw Des Walker in an England shirt. I quite liked him, even if when he went to Italy, he was almost as clueless as Gaza, as it were.
Yeah, I like Des Walker.
Yeah, but anyway, I get what you're saying, but you know, Italy and the Ukraine are not exactly very easy teams. Although I think the best player on the Ukrainian team has been Mikhailo Mudryk. I think Zinchenko has been anonymous.
I'm going to stop you there. Italy can't qualify for a fucking competition, and England boast. How many £100 million players does Italy or Ukraine boast? Because we can get Harry Kane involved, we can get Saka involved, we can get Bellingham involved. If you wonder who am I referring to when I say £100 million players, I'm not being harsh. I'm just saying the way I see it. I'm not being harsh. I just
they just kicked off now, and of course you are talking about the one £100 million player who has literally been the brightest spark for the Ukrainian team.
But he isn't even £100 million. The way I see that deal was £69 million. That's still way off the £100 million mark. It was a £69 million deal that will go up if Chelsea are successful. We've done this already on YouTube, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that.
He's not £100 million player, mate. Like, if Saka is to leave Arsenal tomorrow, unless we just break and fold because we can't negotiate, that's £100 million player. When Bellingham comes to England in the summer, I'm pretty sure, even if it's fucking 101 million, I'm sure he just about breaks the £100 million barrier. Kane, even with a year in his contract, he could break the £100 million barrier. You know what I mean? And then you can get people like Declan fucking Rice involved, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, with all respect, for me, I know Ukraine ain't rubbish and I know Italy ain't rubbish, but yes, nothing impresses me. You should be winning these games for me.
I get that. And
when you're playing Argentina, hold on, when you're playing Argentina, Brazil, not Germany, but Argentina, Brazil, do you know what I mean? Or something like that, mate. Perhaps Crimea fucking river. Do you know what I mean? Perhaps then, or France. Perhaps Crimea fucking river. Do you know what I mean? Apart from that, you should fucking win every game you play. Can you see some of the fucking players on that pitch? Nations would die to have Harry Kane and Bellingham, bros. Let's have it right. Do you know what I mean?
I would say that. I mean, Bellingham especially. I mean, he's still got a knee brace around his left leg, but he still looks really good. And it's a good move for him to go to Liverpool because I see him as the perfect heir for Jordan Henderson, who clearly won't last long. I was expecting him to retire from international football after the World Cup, but today he earns a 75th cap.
There's no other central midfielders for me.
Yeah, point taken. And I mean, if you're going to pick an unfit Calvin Phillips, that pretty much, that pretty much emphasizes your point. But
Manny, I hope you're involved in 10 p.m. live. Oh God, I'm sorry to interrupt again. I hope you're involved in 10 p.m. It's been bugging me looking at some of the teams that can get relegated. Nottingham Forest, Southampton, and some of these teams have got hidden little gems there. Nottingham Forest, I've been watching a lot of Brennan Johnson.
Johnson's quality, mate. Quality.
Southampton, we know Lavea is quality. I don't know if Livramento, but we do need a right back. Is going to be that guy. We have been linked with Walker Peters, but I'd still look at the former Chelsea guy if he can get back to fitness because he was very good before he got injured. Livramento. There's Lavea there. Let's look at another team that could potentially go down. Who can go down?
Oh yeah, it reminds me of that question you were asking on Twitter. Any possible people from Southampton could we take? And I remember saying, as a bit of a Mickey take, maybe Walcott.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So, yeah, that's what I mean. So this question's kind of been on my mind and on my lips for a little while, looking at all the teams. Who else? Sorry, let me look at the league. Who else could potentially go down here? From anywhere from 12th place, we know, with all respect, can go down. But I'm just... Oh, there's no Premier League football. It's not going to show me. Oh, anyway, we know there's the Southampton at the bottom. We know Forest are at the bottom. Who else we got, Manny? I can't remember.
I think it's Southampton, Bournemouth, Leeds, Everton, Wolverhampton.
We have been linked to someone from Bournemouth, one of our former academy products, but I've got no time for him. Can't remember his name.
Jadon Anthony.
That's the prick. Well done, Manny. Spot on. Who else? Bournemouth, who?
Hold on. Southampton, Bournemouth, Wolverhampton, Leeds, Everton.
Wolverhampton. They've got a couple of central midfielders that I like. You know what I mean? Just
Ruben Neves.
Yep. And what's the other one linked to Liverpool? The one that come from Portugal in the summer. He's all right, you know. I like him. He's just a bit raw. I like him. I can't remember his name.
There's so many Portuguese in that team. It's all I couldn't even tell you first up.
Well,
I do know.
I still wouldn't go with the Netos or anything. But who else? Sorry, West Ham.
Wait, let me just take a look at the roster.
Yeah, I don't think West Ham ain't going down. But then again, a better West Ham team did get relegated. But I'm still going to say they're not going down.
I'm not going to be so sure about that because all they seem to have is Declan Rice at the moment. They're also playing in the Conference League, and that could take quite a bit out of them. And, you know, the thing with David Moyes is that even after a few years, he starts to get a bit stale, and the fans do get on his back. So they're not out of danger yet, believe it or not.
No, you're right. You're right. And neither was Palace when you say that. Do you know what I mean? Hence why Vieira got sacked. But I still wouldn't say they're the first for me to go down. Roy Hodgson, I'm not saying he's a great appointment, but he should. Everton. Motherfucker. Everton's a team that's flirting with the relegation, even though Ditchy's there now. But you got your Ananas there. Who else did I think from Everton? There was someone else.
What's his name?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So, do you know what I mean? Arsenal shouldn't be looking cheaply. But if there was a couple of Premier League teams that were relegated, well, clearly 3 of them are going down. That doesn't change in a year. But, yeah.
I'm sorry to provide a spoiler alert here, but England had a corner thanks to a Ukraine giveaway. And not too long after that, James Maddison with a really nice step over, a chance to score, but he completely blazed it over. Wouldn't it have been nice to see him score and just show England what they were missing?
Most definitely. He has been in... Well, it's not even he's been in unbelievable form. If you watch Leicester without Maddison, they're fucking shit. Watching Leicester with Maddison, they seem to have half a chance. Like, he does seem to be that good. By the way, just to interrupt you, he's another one that seems to be very high on Man City's radar in the summer. And I did get told that Man City on transfer deadline day, obviously just gone January, asked Leicester if they'll be interested in loaning Maddison with a view to a permanent in the summer. Don't know if that's gospel, clearly, Manny, but who knows? And after being told that, I mean, a week or two later, I'm hearing Man City want English again in the summer. They're going to go English. They want Bellingham. They want Maddison. Do you know what I mean? So there you go.
I don't see, Bellingham going to Manchester United because, I mean, if it were to be as a Manchester City, because if it were a replacement for Phillips, then maybe that would make some sense. But still, I'm not too sure that Bellingham is the type of player that could be equivalent to Phillips in any way because he's certainly a lot more mobile. Phillips, for me, is more of the typical hard man. Yeah. I think the reason why I like Bellingham at Liverpool is because if you take a look at the way Henderson plays, he's obviously a little bit more fluid in his movements than Calvin Phillips, but also his game management is quite spot on. And I think when he joins Henderson at Liverpool, he'll learn a lot more from playing with him, and especially given how they click quite beautifully in Qatar with Phillips on the bench. The move makes a lot more sense. I just don't know if a move to any other English club would really suit him. No, not Manchester United, not Manchester City, and
how would you feel about, I know Arsenal didn't go for it; it's too expensive. But how would you feel about him at Arsenal? Like, how does he slot in there with the Granit Xhaka party thing? How does he slot in at Arsenal for you?
Oh, that's a really good question. And here's the thing: I don't see him playing the defensive midfield role as such because when you've got Partey and Xhaka in that team who are doing as well as they are, you don't really see someone like Bellingham coming in and sort of clogging up that area when you could actually potentially use him as the number 10 in the 4-2-3-1 formation, right in between Saka and Martinelli. So he could definitely play that role. Exactly. So that rules Arsenal out of the equation. And unless Odegaard, ends up getting a long-term injury, then we can say bye-bye Bellingham. So Arsenal's out of the equation. And I just think Liverpool might be the best fit for him, really, more than anything else. And in addition, let's not forget the Dortmund connection with a certain Jurgen Klopp. I believe that that sort of philosophy will be what will, entice him to come to Liverpool. And speaking of Klopp, I think if he's able to get them Champions League football at Tottenham's expense, then he might just, end up staying for maybe one more season and trying to set things right, because this has been an annus horribilis for Liverpool by all accounts with the departure of Sané. But now that Gakpo has come in, Nunez and Salah firing on all cylinders. I think their midfield might still have a few questions about them, especially with that Bajetic fellow in the midfield and, Henderson probably coming close to the end. But if Bellingham were to come in, that would really, plug that gap, aid that transition perfectly. So Liverpool, if you are serious about it, go and get your boy Jude. And
himself,
absolutely. And again, we're seeing a lot more of this play right now. The Ukrainians are offering nothing. They haven't forced Jordan Pickford to make a save. Mudryk has been the only one who's been trying to provide any kind of spark.
As he was. Every time I watched Shakhtar, as he was for Shakhtar. The only guy you notice. And that's a hard job in any team. You know what I mean? To be the only spark every time. National team, club, even though it ain't the same at Chelsea. But I'm just saying, that's why I've always still holding a little candle for this Mudryk. Yeah. A little cheeky. 35
but of course, if you take a look at this Ukrainian team, they're missing a few players. One player who is missing right now is Andriy Yarmolenko. I don't know if he's retired, but when he was a part of that Ukrainian team, which very nearly denied Wales their spot in Qatar, he obviously played a role in helping them really threaten Wales a lot. Wayne Hennessy had the game of his life and made sure that Wales would make that tournament. So, when you take a look at that Ukrainian team and this Ukrainian team, there is a bit of a drop-off in terms of quality, really. I mean, obviously I know Mykolenko, Zinchenko, Mudryk. I know that Trubin is the new goalkeeper at Donetsk with Andriy Piatov coming to the end of his career. Apart from that, obviously I've heard of Malinovsky, but I couldn't really tell you too much about many of the other guys in this team, to be honest.
No, never could I, man. Straight up. No, never could I.
Yeah, Lunin is, of course, the reserve goalkeeper at Real Madrid behind Courtois. Lunin. Andriy Lunin. He's actually on the bench right now because Trubin is ahead of him. I'm not too sure why, because I think Lunin would have done a better job with the certainly with the Kane goal. Saka's one was just so unstoppable. No goalkeeper, not even Pickford or Ramsdale would pick that out.
Yeah. No chance. Got a little bit quiet in the comments, guys. Please be doing getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. England 2, Ukraine 0.
Yep, 2-0.
All job done and standard for England. Very comfortable, as many would say, very professional. What more would you want from a 2-0 victory? England fans. If Mudryk was worth 100 million, Saka's got to be worth 150. Well, I didn't say, I know you're not aiming at me. I'm just saying, I didn't say if he was a £100 million player. Chelsea didn't rate him 100. It was more like 69. But I do get your point, obviously. But yeah, listen, everyone that's on to Mudryk saying it didn't cost Chelsea. It cost them 69 mil. Like, fuck off, everyone. That's still 31 million pounds shy. You know.
I get that, and it's also when you put it into perspective, a huge snip for Trossard in comparison. We shaved nearly, more than 40 million quid.
One's 21 money, and one's coming 29. Do you know what I mean? No.
I get that.
I get that. No. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and he's going to cost 28 million pounds because I'm sure whatever his 5 million pound in add-ons, Mr. Trossard, with his reasonable form of Arsenal, I'm sure probably one is the Champions League football. One's probably.
I love the way you say reasonable, and this is another thing. You are every inch of realist because I'll tell you one thing. I'll be honest with you. When it came to Trossard and the way he's sort of come into the team and slotted in like a hand into a glove, I thought. He certainly looked quite good. He has scored more than a few goals, but also, just like Jesus, if you will, that link-up play has been exquisite. But we seem to have more of a penchant these days for strikers who link the ball well, as opposed to out-and-out goal scorers.
Yes,
exactly. So I think, I've been one of those people who's been really impressed by Trossard because, fair due. It's early days, I would say, and there are still a few more games to play, and I hope his impact improves. But, you do have a point, obviously. Trossard is 29. He is in his prime, mind you. And then Mudryk, of course, being much younger, you do like that... age is definitely on his side. And as I've said, once things settle at Chelsea, he could very well end up, shining brilliantly. Of course, João Felix has started to really turn it on. I think Mudryk really needs some patience because people who've signed him will know that he is quality. And I believe Zinchenko was talking in the press about how he was speaking to Mikhailo and trying to wish him well, saying that, I know you wanted to come to Arsenal, but now you're stuck at Chelsea, deal with it or something like that. I think it was just a wind-up more than anything else. I mean, why would he do that to his own teammate just before a match?
Yeah, of course. And I'm sure that was more tongue-in-cheek. Like, you should have chose Arsenal, you should have waited. You know what I mean? Because obviously we all know how it went. He was begging Arsenal, and then suddenly Chelsea made the offer. And as the agent or as the club president, whatever you want to call him, chief executive, whatever said, it took 12 hours from Chelsea's bid to get the deal done. So you do question how much he actually wanted to join Arsenal. Remember, from Chelsea's bid was accepted, it took 12 hours in total. And that was getting the bastard from wherever he was to Chelsea's training ground. It took 12 hours, this deal. Makes me wonder why we negotiated, as the club president, CEO, whatever you want to call him, did say. Arsenal negotiated for 8 months. Chelsea done the deal in 12 hours. Like, not even a fucking day. Do you know what I mean? Rather embarrassing for me, but anyway.
Yeah.
Liverpool need a lot more than Bellingham next season. Yes, I agree with that, because the only thing I disagree with Manny on is Henderson. Even though he's a little bit more mobile, he's still 80% more defensive-minded than Bellingham. And I think Liverpool actually probably lack a Lavea, the Encanti type, maybe like a Rice. I think Liverpool personally are barking up the wrong tree of Bellingham. So I'm actually disagreeing with them. I think they need more of the Rice. In fact, I think they need Rice and Bellingham, and then they can go back to that little midfield trio that they were so successful with. But I believe first and foremost they need a Caicedo or a Rice just as much as Arsenal do, in my opinion. Then I fucking Bellingham.
I'll get your point on Henderson as well. I mean, he does seem to be more defensive-minded, but also when you take a look at his experience, he manages the game very well. And sadly, it looks as though Mudryk's race is done. He's about to be subbed out. A shame, really, because I think if you take a look at the television now, I think there's a chance for Mudryk. Excellent work to get into the penalty area, but the final touch has let him down. And I'd like to think that improving his final touch in the final third is something that he will, end up learning a lot more.
Hold on, if this was an Arsenal fan trying to defend one of their players, they'll be like, he hasn't played hardly any minutes. They'll be screaming the defence to him. Do you know what I mean? But I do get your point as well. That was a horrible touch.
Yeah, and the left back Mikalenko's coming off, and it's the number 2 Sobol who's coming on. So it looks as though it could be damage limitation, because I really don't see what the Ukraine will offer. I mean, certainly without some of their better known players, they look slightly toothless, really. And with Mudryk off, might as well just put up.
Yeah, just shut up, shut
get
up, go home.
Get out the tea and biscuits and just enjoy the rest of the game, really.
Shouts out to you, Manny. Shouts out to everyone involved in the stream. Please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new, and don't be shy. Let's start commenting. What is your views on England?
and I was talking really more about Bellingham becoming the heir to Henderson, because although the stance is slightly different, you can see that with Henderson in close quarters with him, Bellingham will learn a little bit more about how to manage a game.
In my opinion, I get that. Just in my opinion, I think Liverpool are still barking up the wrong tree, as in a more of an attacking midfielder. I think they need more than Rice Caicedo. If they could get a Rice Caicedo and a Bellingham, I think they're fucking laughing. But that could be a £200 million investment, or close to.
Yeah, I mean, Rice isn't bad at all. I mean, obviously, you take a look at Rice right now. He does an excellent role coming back to defend. You can see him being mobile enough to get all over the pitch. I thought that goal he scored that day against Italy was very well. Was an excellently taken opportunity, and I remember making a crack to my mate when we were doing a watch along together. I mean, he was doing the watch along. I was in the chat, but I was saying this: people who live in Naples don't like rice; they prefer pizza and ice cream.
There you go. Well, I get
It's people who live in Milan who like eating risotto who like rice.
There you go. And I get it with people, with like a guy like Declan. I do think he's still overhyped at £100 million, but I get why so many teams would want him, including myself at Arsenal. But if truth be told, because I know the guy I've been watching very closely since he signed his new deal, and I've been watching his Instagram posts, and he still likes everything Arsenal are doing. This is Moses Caicedo, of course. He liked Arsenal's 3-0 victory recently against someone, left a comment underneath on Arsenal's official Instagram. This is a guy that only did sign that contract at Brighton for money, Luis Suarez star. sign to the summer. Just make sure you sign a 5-year deal. So even though we're agreeing you can leave, we make you very rich over the next 5-6 months, and you leave and make sure we get a very rich fee for you. Moises Caicedo, if I had the choice, I'd still very slightly choose him over Declan Rice. He's just that 15% more combative, a couple of years younger, a little bit more physical. I think Rice would slot straight into the Arsenal team. I don't think Caicedo would be far behind him.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that, basically. I mean, yeah, as good as Rice is, I think Caicedo would be at least marginally.
I've been watching him since he signed his contract, and every single game he impresses for me. Like, he's just walked back into that Brighton team after the Arsenal fiasco and just, again, made them tick for me in midfield and keeps everything tidy where they're trying to win games on the Zegri. I fucking love the geezer. Do you know what I mean? He's already better than like what I loved about N'Golo Kante 7 seasons ago. For me, he's already fucking better.
Oh, N'Golo Kante.
And
do not mention that name again.
Let me tell you about Lavea at Southampton. If Southampton weren't so astonishingly shit this season, you'd be hearing a lot more about him. He's a fucking good footballer in a struggling team. I promise you, Manny.
Yep, a diamond among the muck, as it were.
Yep. Like, I know, and Ward-Prowse gets all the plaudits, obviously, with them free kicks and everything. I think Lavea is just as good as him alongside. All right, he doesn't offer the free kick. I mean, to pound for pound as a fucking footballer, and at 19 years old, or just turning 18 or 19, just turning 19, is he? He's a better footballer. Do you know what I mean? He's a better footballer for me. And I like Ward-Prowse. But, yeah, I'm just saying, hopefully, if teams go down, there is smart shopping to be done in the summer.
Oh, you bet. Emphasis on smart shopping, mind you.
Well, if you want to sign Trossard, smart signing. Do you know what I mean? Let's keep that wonderful rhythm going. Do you know what I mean? Trossard, smart signing. I still would have took a Mudrak, but there you go. It depends which shelf you're shopping at again. Harrods, Aldi, Lidl, Morrison's. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and of course, with the Chelsea connection, I think it's fair to say that all those Chelsea fans who were listening to us rave over Jorginho are now starting to laugh in our faces. I think the fellas.
Mate, there was not ever one time, and I'm sure you'll agree, Manuel. You must have caught me once on stream. I have never, ever been impressed by the sideway man, Jorginho. Thank you for the goal. Thank you for the goal. But you can go and see immediately where you come from. You can fuck straight off in the summer.
Yeah, I agree.
Simple as that.
I mean, but here's the thing. I mean, he started off well, but you take a look at the European game against Sporting.
Mate, you're meant to be an international. You're meant to be an international. You've played in London. You've played for Chelsea. I expect you to be able to come and slot into a football team.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's only 12 million. Like, he ain't £100 million player. I get it, but you're fucking old and you ain't that good. So it came to 12 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he did really well against Manchester City, and obviously he started well, but I think his lack of stamina is sort of against him. And a lot of my mates are in agreement with me when they say...
Sorry to keep interrupting. I'm faster than Jorginho. I'm more mobile than Jorginho.
I agree. I can understand that.
Do you know what? And I don't understand where we're signing a massive midfielder in the summer, like everyone's reporting. Rice, Caicedo, Zubimendi. But unless we're selling Jorginho immediately, which I can't see us doing, unless we're selling Lokonga, we know Elneny's got a new deal. Unless Partey's gone, bruvs. I don't know. You see the 29-year-old. Let's quickly address this one, Manny, in case you're not there at 10 p.m. The 29-year-old that was arrested in Barnet. Do you know he's been rearrested?
No, I don't. Tell me more.
Hold on. Wait. It gets worse. I'm going to break a couple of bits of news for you. The player that was arrested, that a lot of people thought was Thomas Partey. I don't even want to say the offence, but we all know. He has been rearrested. It wasn't because of legislation. He's already skipped that one. But he's been rearrested, but because of the same girl. But 2 others have come forward saying he has done similar things to them. Now, he is back on bail with quite a lot of conditions. But, and obviously, as he was successful in his bail last time when he got arrested in Barnet, North London, the 29-year-old midfielder, we all know that I'm talking about. Or 29-year-old Premier League footballer. It doesn't state midfielder, sorry. Yeah, he's been charged with another 2 counts of the same offence, including the same girl. So for me, I have a feeling we could be waving goodbye to Thomas Partey. I'm going to say the name in the summer. But then again, who will want to touch him? Because by the summer, because we persevered with him while all that was going on in January, we've made our own bed. So if we get 0 in the summer, we chose a potential championship or winning the Premier League, which I agree with, Manny, over on settling our team. But potentially what you've done in that, if we had a chance to get anything for him in January, I think that's fucked now because it's reopened. It's all. Remember, we thought whoever the footballer was, and the girl was saying on Instagram he had got away with it. Blah blah blah. Well, it's reopened itself. He's been rearrested while he was in the cell. I can promise you this as well. He was rearrested while he was arrested. While I repeat, he was arrested. He was then further arrested while he was in the cells for another 2 counts of the same offence. So yes. So there you go, Manny. So I have a feeling on any new deal, maybe Jorginho stays, because I have a feeling we might just rip up a contract with a certain footballer because it won't look good in the club. So God knows what we're going to do with this geezer, presuming it is him. But he's still been performing well, even though I don't subscribe to them offences. Obviously, innocent till proven guilty, but there's another 2 counts now, mate, and who knows what's going on. What I'm saying is, could we be about to say goodbye to that Premier League footballer? And yeah.
Well, I'm still hoping and praying that it isn't Thomas Partey, and it reminds me of the scandal that erupted not too long ago, and it was reported in several newspapers, including the Daily Fail, not Daily Mail, Daily Fail, that a certain Premier League manager was married, mind you, was going to get massages on the sort of on the sly, as it were. And when I took a look at the silhouette, I was thinking, Lord have mercy. I just hope that isn't Arsene Wenger. Thankfully, it turned out to be Avram Grant, ex-Chelsea, ex-Portsmouth. So, yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. It might not even necessarily be Partey. I mean, call me stupid, call me naive.
Well, there's 2 footballers. There's 2 footballers that was 29 that played for London clubs that possibly lived in Barnet. I remember I kind of researched this myself, and it come out to be the Tottenham left back, who was also 29 and also played in London, or played in the Premier League, and also lived in Barnet, North London. Yeah, I went that deep, bros. I started looking for Premier League footballers that lived in Barnet, and it come up to 2
Danny,
people.
The private eye.
There you go. I rounded down my search to 3 possible footballers, but the third obviously was fucking living in Birmingham or something. I ruled him out. The only thing I didn't get was Thomas Partey at the time of my research did not live in Barnet no more. So I researched it further, but realized that at the time of the alleged offence, he actually did live in Barnet. There you go. Boy. So, Manny, there you go. Spook yourself. And there's the Tottenham left back. What's his name? Davies or something. He's the only he's the only other guy that's 29 who plays for a Premier League club. That also, unfortunately, lives in that fucking area. Sorry, I'm not laughing about anything. So, yeah, my research, and it might not be 100%, but I'm pretty thorough. Sakra! Fuck me. My research tells me it's 2 footballers. It's Davies or Partey. So remember you heard it from me, Manny?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'll tell you what. If it is Thomas Partey, I'm still hopeful it isn't. But if it is the Ghanaian captain, we're going to have to say goodbye to him, definitely. But we're not going to.
That doesn't bother me, because that is where you do need a massive replacement, and that is where we don't get Rice. We don't get Moises Caicedo this summer. Clearly, we're going to have to sacrifice a bit. I don't want to lose Partey, because Granit Xhaka is definitely not the same footballer. But if he's done such things, yes, he has to go. But at least have the decency to bring me in someone that's level with him in terms of footballer. And remember, when we signed him, he was 45 million. Bit of inflation, I said that's 90 million pounds now. Moises Caicedo. Do you know what I mean?
Wait. So you mean to tell me that in the time we signed him, which was summer 2020, and now it's going to be the summer 2023, his value would have effectively doubled thanks to inflation? Wow.
No. What I'm saying is, if we had went for Moises Caicedo at the time of buying Thomas Partey, we know it would have costed no more than a packet of peanuts and a blowjob. What I'm saying is, though, with the time of 3 years of going past, for me to replace a Thomas Partey that you purchased for 45 million could potentially cost a lot more than 45 million. That's what I'm saying, Manny.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. For us to now replace 45 million Thomas Partey, I reckon it's now 90 million pounds worth. And Moises Caicedo, because he signed that many years new deal, 5.
Absolutely. And just think about it. We might not have even gotten Thomas Partey if we hadn't have sold Emi Martinez.
Sorry?
We might not have even gotten. We might not have
I
don't
know. See, I think that was always going to happen. I think, obviously, the only thing I can't conclusively say, but I know we've discussed this before, I just reckon Villa happened to bid for our goalkeeper. What if we had been off the... Remember, Leno only lasted a fucking whole 365 or whatever it was days later. If the same bid come in for Leno, bruvs, I just wonder what we would have done. Because I believe I hope to believe, that if the 17 million had dropped on our doorstep from any club in world football for Leno, would Martinez now be our number one? I think it was a financial decision. We got offered 17 million pounds for a goalkeeper. We already had a number one. I think we just wanted the 17 fucking million. And I don't think we cared if it was Leno or Martinez. Or maybe I just hope to think that, because I think that was a very bad bit of business. I think you've got to sell Leno at that point for 10, 12, whatever million. You just keep Martinez and sell the other liability. Because I always thought
agreed, because I'll tell you what, Martinez could very well have been our new David Seaman, because
brother, this is nothing to do with what Martinez has done since his career flew off. This is what he done for us, in my opinion, winning us the FA Cup. I decided, fuck me, did we really just fuck with the wrong guy for 8 years and leave him in the reserves? Because this guy
listen, I'm talking about the FA Cup too. It's not even the FA Cup, it's the games he played, the solidity he led to the defense.
But yeah, but I based my decision just on that, money. It's not him winning the World Cup. Now I'm saying we made the wrong decision. I said on day one on YouTube, we should be selling Leno, not this motherfucker.
I agree with you. I didn't want to see Martinez leave after that FA Cup. I saw those games. Yeah, I saw those games. I saw how he blubbed like a baby. I knew how much he loved the club. But obviously, he was right to expect to be playing more.
Yes, Leno was starting... Oh, he didn't want it because he wasn't guaranteed. Blah blah blah. Bro, bollocks. He was good enough to grab that off him. I don't think Leno would have ever got the fucking shirt off him. Bollocks. Not after winning the FA Cup. You have to be fucking stupid. Thank you, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And again, I'd like to think, to give Arsenal any credibility out of this, it was a financial decision, even if it was the wrong one. I believe if it was 17 million from Fulham, Villa, anyone you like in the world that came in for Leno, I believe suddenly would have had a new number one.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And maybe Martinez would have stayed and his career would have gone from strength to strength. He could have been our new David Seaman. If you can please knock some sense into these morons on Twitter who still see it fit to knock Emmy every chance they get, I'd be grateful. But anyway,
idiots.
Yeah, utter idiots. So, anyway, without digressing, we're going back to Partey. And obviously, as you said, selling Emmy was a financial decision. We had to raise the cash to get Partey.
Hold on. I think Partey was out on international duty. Yeah, but bros, we know how the police moved though. So I thought that as well. But Grievo, it's something that's happened weeks ago. Because I don't know, bros. I'm not saying I've never had an offence like that in my life. But yeah, Thomas Partey didn't get arrested immediately after what happened that time with the girl in Barnet. They researched. It's an investigation, isn't it, mate? According to the police, isn't it? So I'm not saying they're going to let him just roam around the road, but he's not exactly the guy that's going to skip to America. He's a professional footballer of Arsenal Football Club. They could have just watched movements for a week, 2, 3 weeks, and then fucking stung in, or just listened to the Bird story for a few weeks and then fucking raided his ass and took him out.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is now is even though he was on international duty, how do you know that happened 7 days ago? How do you know that happened the day before he went out on international duty? The only thing I would back up with you on that, Revo, is, as far as I'm concerned, if you're on bail, you're not allowed out of the country unless this is just a privilege because you're a professional footballer. As far as I would know it, you're allegedly supposed to hand in your passport. Again, I don't know because I've never been arrested for anything like that in my life. So, but I
think there are some special cases.
If it was their money, God forbid, that was arrested on something stupid, I don't think me and him would be able to fuck off and go and be in Nigeria. Sorry, because I'm saying this because of the football bit. I don't think we'd be able to go on a holiday to Nigeria, in my opinion. But because this guy is guaranteed to come back, he ain't going to go missing in Ghana, is he? Let's have it right. He's a professional footballer. Do you think Thomas Partey could go on a run in Ghana rather than come back? I don't believe so. No. So, therefore, I do believe the police would still let him out of the country. Because even if you're a millionaire footballer, I don't believe you're just going to go on the run and start living as a 29-year-old.
And then there was also some news about how I believe Arsenal had sent one of their doctors along with Tommy to Accra to sort of check up on him and see that he wasn't,
how do you know that ain't a chaperone in general?
Yeah. I mean, so that sort of makes a little bit of sense right there. And so people have been granted conditional bail to sort of given themselves a privilege to sort of leave as long as they are, on good behavior and they satisfy their bail conditions. If you don't satisfy your bail conditions, obviously you are expected to, report, and you will have the book thrown at you.
No, hold on. It's just so you've got it. What I'm saying is, Manny, if you was on a charge and all of a sudden you wanted to go on holiday, just saying you're not a footballer, on holiday to Nigeria, I don't believe you'd be granted that privilege. What I'm saying is,
completely.
I believe the police has weighed up Will this guy go on the run in Nigeria? Oh, sorry, or wherever he's from, Ghana?
Better late than never. He celebrated his birthday recently. We see Ivan Toney coming in, and we're going to talk about him later. But as for your question,
we can talk about that guy right now. How come he's playing for England if he's done this betting thing? So maybe it ain't as bad.
Yeah, but we're going to come to him in a minute, obviously. But I'll answer your question first. You're absolutely spot on. If I want to go on holiday, there's no way I'd get permission to do so. I think in the case of Partey, it's sort of a case of official
it's his job. It's his job,
business,
mate.
as it were. Yeah,
it's his job. Effectively.
Exactly. So that's dealt with that matter right there. We're going to see if Toney can add something. If he gets a goal, it would really put the really set tongues wagging. And as far as the betting is concerned,
how much do you rate him? How much do you rate him?
Who, Toney?
Yes.
As a striker, I think he's absolute. Yeah. I mean, he's more than just a fox in the box, as Francis Jeffers was supposed to be, but clearly wasn't. And he clearly, has the physicality to make sure he gets into positions. I'm not too sure why at the time he was dropped for the squad, and Callum Wilson was sort of picked ahead of him. Because, I mean, they're both similar strikers.
Maybe the betting thing was coming out. I don't know. We're going back a while. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been that particular way. But when you take a look at him as a footballer and how he's played for Brentford, he is really, really good, no doubt about it. And he's continued his form from the season before.
All right, I'm going to stop you there because you're getting carried away, so not in a rude way. Is Ivan Toney, no, don't get it wrong. Is he Arsenal material? That's what I was really asking.
Do you remember how I was talking about how we seem to these days prefer strikers who like to link up players as opposed to scoring goals?
There you go. That's why. And see, this Lieka's didn't get this bit either about me. I said Jesus links up. I don't think Toney's that guy. And I think, yes, he might be able to get more physical in corners, free kicks, and he ticks them boxes. I don't think he fits Arsenal style of play. So I still close it down. That argument down, Ivan Toney to Arsenal. Guys, please get involved on that one. Would you think Ivan Toney would be a success at Arsenal? See, me and Manny are talking about it. I don't know if we're just about to agree, but I don't think he's mobile like a Jesus, where he runs up and down lines. I think he's very physical, has got an eye for goal. Everyone loves the way he takes a penalty. Fuck penalties. I'm not going to sign you because you're a brilliant penalty taker.
Listen, the only reason why he wouldn't be a fit at Arsenal right now is because of a certain fellow with whom I share a birthday. Because if you take a look carefully, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang wasn't really the type of person who liked to run around too much. But when it came to
that's why I never want to put him on the left wing. Whoa! But that's why I personally never wanted him on the left wing because he doesn't run around. I'll tell you, doing it.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I say if Aubameyang no longer felt happy to play at the club anymore, never really felt as though he wanted to pull his weight, it's mainly because of Mikel Arteta. Don't get me wrong, Aubameyang is also to blame. It takes two to tango, it takes two to tussle, and it takes two to get into war, whatever. But
yes.
It's really because of Arteta's system. That's why you're not seeing Kieran Tierney play very much, and that's why, according to you, Ivan Toney might not really be that useful. But then, of course, it's also another reason why whenever Eddie Nketiah has to play, Nketiah doesn't play as a lone striker. He has to play as a part of a 4-3-3, you see. At least with Jesus, at least he has a little bit more physicality, so he could play as a lone striker. If you were to bring Toney into the team as a lone striker, someone more prolific, it would be a return to the Aubameyang days. But I think as long as Mikel Arteta is managing Arsenal, Ivan Toney might not have a chance of coming and playing for us.
And Manny, quickly on that one, because you mentioned Nketiah, I believe we'll go into fuck you. I've knocked Tash over again. Every time I punch the table, now I have to get up with my OCD self, get the bin, Manny, and now start pushing it that way. But hold on. I've kind of heard it that we're going to sell Balogun in the summer because he's already stated he isn't coming back to be a backup bitch. He was sent out not because Arteta had no faith in him as a goal scorer. He needs to grow up as a man. He believes he's done this and blah, blah, blah. See a very big interview, Le Quip or some whip. Anyway, and he ain't coming back to being third choice. I don't believe Arteta will choose Balogun over Nketiah. We're not getting Jesus involved in this argument at the moment. And I believe any world-class team or a team in the Champions League needs at least 3 or 4 strikers. But before we even get to that, he doesn't want to be third fiddle behind Nketiah. I believe this is the reason why we'll sell Balogun in the summer. I think Arsenal could be about to make, as we've said, what we said about mistakes earlier on. I think Arsenal could be about to make another mistake like we haven't learned before. I think, again, because we gave the prick the number 14 shirt, Thierry Henry, because we gave the prick, sorry to say, guys, 100 grand a week, I believe Balogun loses his Arsenal career. We cash in. But guys, I want to ask you why. His goals exploits for Arsenal hasn't been that brilliant. I don't give a fuck what any of you lot think about him since Jesus has been out. He scored a couple, Man United. Thank you so much. I don't think you're world class. I don't think you're close to it. I don't think you're England quality. I think you're a bit of a cocksucker. So before I get overly ranting, if you was to sell Balogun or Nketiah tomorrow, Manny, figure-wise, who do you think commands the bigger fee? Shouldn't that be an indication to Arsenal of maybe we shouldn't sell this prick so quick? Or do we see it as because he's on fire at the moment and can score more goals than Nketiah? We've laid down with Nketiah, gave him 100 grand a week. He's not as valuable as him, so what we'll do is we'll just sell him because of the value. Am I barking up the wrong tree, Manny? What do you think?
No, you're not, and that's also another issue because it seems clear to me that Balogun might not really get too much of a chance at Arsenal. I'm just taking a look at the substitutions right now. It's Grealish and Gallagher who are about to come on. Maddison's had a good game today with England, looked quite lively, threaded some decent passes in, had one shot which completely blazed over the bar. And not too bad now, I think, for him. And we're going to find out Grealish is coming on.
He's played for Leicester all his life. This is his first start for England. I wouldn't rule him out in further squads. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't either. And that is another reason why I rate him. That's why I rate him over Tielemans, because Tielemans, as a lot of people can agree, is a bit of a lazy git. And it is Bellingham who is coming off and Gallagher's coming on. So back to your question. I think obviously when it comes to Balogun, his exploits in France are certainly they've certainly caught the eye of so many people. And when it comes to Eddie Nketiah, I mean, you take a look at his output. He scored a few goals, made that ridiculous celebration, and hasn't really done very much. And I think even Arteta can't be blind to the fact that, you know, for what Nketiah has been given, he hasn't really been able to, you know, reciprocate on that. He hasn't really been able to, you know, build on that. And of course, fair play to the fella. He is injured, reports indicate that he's been having some extra training sessions as well to try to get himself back into fitness, back into some sharpness. If once he's fit, though, Sod's Law might dictate that he could play a role. Although hopefully with Trossard, Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka firing, we might not see Nketiah even in the squad. So that could potentially also decrease his value. And so
what happens in the summer then? In a nutshell, who's the more valuable? I'm asking a couple of questions here.
And that's the thing, yeah. So
if you ask the bid, what would they bid for Balogun? What would they bid for Nketiah? And it's hard to put numbers on such a question, but you get what I'm going. You get where I'm going with that. Who is the more sellable? Who's the more valuable?
Okay, first of all, very nearly a goal for Gallagher there, but a good save from the Ukrainian keeper. Great move with Grealish and Chilwell down the left, and Gallagher poking it straight at the keeper, really, who palms it away for a corner. And so I think actually they might be more interested in Balogun, given how well he's been playing and how often he's been scoring. And he hasn't. It's not like he's been playing for PSG either.
Exactly. That's the thing to me, bro. He's playing at a team that doesn't really score. Rems, he's got 16 goals. Like, I take my hat off to him, literally. Like, there you go, there it is, it's off. I take my fucking hat off to him. If he was playing, bros, remember, he's level on goals with people like Mbappe, Neymar, but they've got all the talent in the world providing them. He's at fucking Rems. So again, hard to argue, but I reckon if he's at PSG, he's scoring 25, he's on 25, 26 already this season.
Oh, absolutely.
Hard to
absolutely.
Because he ain't PSG.
Yeah, if he had Messi in his team, he probably might end up with 30 by season's end.
Exactly. So, for me, the more sellable asset, or the more valuable, I don't want to say sellable because I don't want to sell him, but the more sellable, the more valuable the more valuable player for me is Balogun. But why wouldn't Arsenal just keep the more valuable player? Fuck the money. We need more than 2 strikers, mate, because look, both of them have been injured at the same time this season. I think that's unforgivable in a title charge.
Oh, you bet it is unforgivable. And that's another reason why having a good striker is always going to be important. And you cannot even think of messing around by even trying to entice Nketiah to stay and offer him these perks when he doesn't really produce for you when you need something from him.
Yes,
gives you a few goals, has everyone purring over him, and then he goes AWOL. And I want to go back to the question you asked me earlier. I think the Wolves team do have some really good Portuguese midfielders. I mentioned Ruben Neves, Pedro Neto. I don't think you've seen him. Daniel no, he's a forward guy. João Moutinho is very experienced, coming to the end of his career. Mateus Nunes is the other one.
That's the one. That's him. Mateus Nunes, linked with Liverpool a couple of literally 5 months after going Wolves.
Yes,
he's a good player, but he's very raw. Yeah, he gets huffy quickly as well. But I kind of like bits I've seen of him when I've seen Wolves this season. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, 24 years old, current international with Portugal.
Yeah,
I take a chance on him. He'd fit the Project Youth profile. Hasn't scored any goals for the Wolves as of yet, but does look
I don't think he's actually really a goal scorer, even though he does attack quite a lot. That's a weird thing to say.
He's an attacking midfielder, and he was also in the World Cup squad. Yeah. Obviously, João Moutinho is coming to the end of his career. I think he was dropped by Portugal. He hasn't been picked by Martinez since, although he saw it fit to pick CR7, who is now on 100, who should get 198 caps tomorrow and scored. I mean, it's against Liechtenstein. It's against Luxembourg. He's going to fill his boots against those teams. Against the big teams, he'll come a cropper.
Portugal, I'm just getting text as well. Is Portugal playing Luxembourg tonight as it happens? I bet. Oh, yeah. Has Rafael Leao even broke into this Portugal team yet? Do you remember we were speaking about him ages ago? Rafael Leao, you said the exact same thing when I mentioned him to him.
Rafael Leao.
Yeah, Leao. You said who? It was the same response you did. Like, who?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so about seconds to go, they brought on Conor Plianka, very experienced. It's a corner to be taken by Henderson. I think England have done enough to see this out. And yeah, and you were talking about Leao. I think he obviously ended up playing a very big role in that World Cup. And there's another YouTuber named Northside London. You obviously would have heard of him, I'm sure. He's actually Angolan, but obviously he has very strong Portuguese, ties.
Northside London, by the way. Just saying. So.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You probably you don't really get too much involved with any of these other YouTubers, but
I know. You don't get
yeah, that's the thing. That's nice. That's nice. Staying in your lane, and we'll talk a little bit about this once we get offline. But yeah, so he was making it very clear that he didn't want to see Cristiano Ronaldo playing too much for Portugal again. And with the likes of Leao and Gonçalo Ramos coming in, Portugal should be well set for the future. So why Martinez would even want to pick CR7 would be beyond me. But again, back to the question, Nunes could definitely be an option if Wolves go down. And if they go down, I think Moutinho might also leave.
The other one, though. Ruben. I prefer Ruben anyway. I'm just saying, when I've been scouting Ruben this season, I keep noticing his midfield partner. That's all. That's the only reason why I threw him out there and just sort of said it. I keep noticing him when I go to just have a little scout on Ruben Neves and see how he's getting on.
Yeah, and now that we're in stoppage time, we're having a few shots on goal. Gallagher once again coming through the middle, passing it to Grealish. Once again saved by the keeper, not very convincingly, but Conor Plianka's there to clear it. And it'll be another corner. We've got 1.5 minutes of stoppage time of the 3 left over. So
how did Harry Maguire not keep that header down a little bit, bro? It wasn't the worst header, the most difficult header to keep down. He was all alone.
Now you know why they call him Slabhead.
I call him shithead. I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. He's too rough for me. He doesn't really have that subtlety when it comes to his header. And it just goes to show that sometimes eating baked beans on toast and toast with soldiers isn't really that good for you. Certainly not in an Italian restaurant, you absolute wally.
Yes, is that a thing? Has that happened? I've never heard of this, but yeah, there you go. Wow.
No, Cristiano talked in the interview about how he...
Go on, Ivan. Go on, Ivan. Go forward, boy. Sorry, I'm obviously seeing what you said a minute ago. Conor Gallagher charging through the midfield. Ooh. Yeah. Whoa! It didn't drop to Ivan. Who was that?
Nope. So Cristiano Ronaldo was talking in his interview with Piers Morgan about how he and his mates from Manchester United went to an Italian restaurant, ordered some good food, but Maguire gave the maitre d' a bag with some stuff and asked him to prepare that stuff as he wanted. And not too long afterwards, Ronaldo was talking about how Maguire was just tucking into toast with soldiers and beans on toast and saying, "Oh, this is delicious." Mate, listen, I've had beans on toast. I've had toast with soldiers. I know it tastes wonderful, but you do not go to an Italian restaurant and tuck in on that when you've got some wonderful food, on the menu. I get it. I take it you don't really like foreign food that much, but it's still disrespectful. And it is full time now. The result's not in doubt. Another straightforward win for England.
His beans, seriously, I swear to God, I would have gobbed on his beans, bros, and that's coming from a chef. I would have spat all over his beans for doing something dumb like that. That's ridiculous. I've never heard something so dumb.
I agree completely. I've
never heard something so fucking ridiculous in my life.
It's ridiculous, it's rude, it's disrespectful, and clearly for a guy who's represented his country, he should know better. Franny Jeff is a name I haven't heard for a while. Well, thank you very much indeed.
Yeah,
aren't you glad that I came on the stream tonight, Grievo?
Innit? Have a little reminiscence. Remember when we paid, was it like, I don't know, £8.1 million to Everton Football Club for Francis?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Believe it or not, he even scored on his debut for England. That was the only cap he ever got.
Australia. Yeah. He did.
Yeah. Fat lot of that did us. We lost 3-1.
Yeah. Well done. I take it the game's about done because I'm 3 minutes into injury time. I take it it's done.
It's done. I mean, you should see the entire England bench standing up and, everyone. I mean, Southgate going over to shake hands with the Ukrainian manager. A straightforward win, really. Ukraine didn't offer very much at all. I think without some of their better players, they just looked really. I wouldn't say lambs to the slaughter, but they didn't offer very much. Mudryk really tried his best. And that's the thing with Mudryk. I mean, obviously, he's got age on his side. He makes those beautiful runs, but he has to learn to control his final touch and also make sure that he gets...
rusty, bros. He hasn't really played football for a minute, do you know what I mean? For me. So
Yeah, so listen, I just think that once he gets a good run in the Chelsea team and really starts finding that mojo of his, he will go on to become a really, really good player. And I definitely don't want to hear of another case of a youngster securing a big money move, having that not work out, and then having things go downhill from there. I do not want to hear that,
No, definitely not. Hopefully whoever grabs him next is just gets him straight into a team, has a bit of faith in him. A good manager, De Zerbi, do you know what I mean? Maybe, you know what I mean? Someone that's just good, probably can get the best out of it. I like De Zerbi since he's come to Brighton. I think he's he's carried on everything Brighton's doing, in my opinion.
Exactly, and I think if I were Graham Potter, and if I would turn back the clock, I'd say, no, thank you, Chelsea. I'm sticking at Brighton. You never, ever, ever let go of something so good for a mirage of something better. It's as simple as that.
Most definitely. Guys, thanks for everyone that has been watching. I'm going to duck just yet a few more minutes, but thanks for everyone that's been watching. Please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Thanks to Manny who has been on the stream today. I will personally be back at 10 p.m. live. Obviously, Arsenal talk, transfer rumours, as a couple of subjects me and Manny have touched today. The Bellingham, the Nwari, I hear he's going. Newcastle's pursuit of perhaps Bruno Guimaraes. I don't know how many people has heard of this rumour, but here they want Calvin Phillips gone. They would be willing to make a similar offer to West Ham involving Calvin Phillips for Declan Rice also. And I'm hearing they want to shop English. Do you know what I mean? Maddison also. So there will be a lot of even though it ain't transfer season, I will be having my transfer say tonight at 10 p.m. And I don't know, taking a look at a couple of things internationally. Luxembourg are playing Portugal. I'm not doing a watch along for that. No, absolute way. I'm hungry. I'm going to go cook myself a feast. Shouts out to Manny as well. Happy birthday, my brother. Thanks for taking the time out on your birthday to be in the stream.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And what's on the menu tonight?
Little man wants. I'm actually not sure. I'm torn between three different. I was going to do a vegetarian spaghetti bolognese. I was going to go all white and English and have a vegetarian Sunday roast. Don't think I'm going to mess around with that now. And what was the third option? A good old fashioned curry. Do you know what I mean? A good old fashioned one, even though I'm white and English as well. A good old fashioned curry. I think I'm going to go with the bolognese because it's so much quicker, man. Quickly chop up some fucking garlic, fucking mushrooms, blah, blah, blah. A bit of the corn mince.
Okay, so one question. Instead of the meatballs or the mincemeat, what do you have in the vegetarian spag bowl?
I honestly use corn mince. Not that it's brilliant, but you have to season him as a motherfucker. Cook him down a bit more than the thing says. Cook for 8 minutes. Yes, I get it. It's not meat, but no, mate, you need to sort of cook that up. Let it season up with some herbs, Italian herbs, and some whatever you want to use, mate. Anything goes with that fucking mince thing. You fucking douse it with anything. Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
I agree. But yeah, another question is: do you go for this, sort of alternative meat? I mean, I don't know if you tried it before, but I'm not too sure. You might be fond of the texture.
To be honest with you, like on a lot of things, no, like there's so many products left, right, and center coming out, Beyond Burger and this and that. I don't know why a vegetarian would want to eat a pretend beef burger that's got the appearance of red in the middle, which is beetroot blood, they call it, beet blood. Like, I don't get that. No, so none of that. I don't subscribe to none of that. So more for me, it's straight vegetable, potato, things like that, Manny. But yeah, like these veggie burgers and that, nah, they're all fucking shit, bros. But yeah, I do take it. Like, if I'm gonna cook a curry, yes, I will use them corn chicken pieces. You burn the bastards down and season the life out of them. That's honestly what you do, in my opinion, because they're really rubbery and flavorless. Otherwise, I burn them to an inch of their life, get them a bit more chewy, bros. I know that sounds a bit mad, but it sort of works for me. I get it a little bit more chewy. Like, I'm not trying to fucking literally taste chicken, but yeah, it's like the substitute something. So I know that I'm going over what I'm saying there, but I don't know, like there's all sorts of dumbass products like vegetarian ham slices. I've never wanted to eat ham in my life, so again, I don't really subscribe to it, if you understand what I mean. But yeah,
but I don't like eating pork that much.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's clearly not pork, but I'm just saying, yeah. Who else is this? Danny and Manny. Great watch along. Happy blessed birthday, Manny. Shouts out to you, Mr. Craig. He said he'll bring you up. He said he'll bang you up. Is that right? But hold on. Little man wants... Oh, yeah, I know. I thought he was talking Bruno Gomes. I thought I see a comment about Bruno Gomes. It's Gunnosaurus. Yeah, I know, bros. You know what? I am in London tomorrow. I get there at an awkward time, bros. Bros, do you know what, yeah? I was cussing you in my head the other day, Grievo. So I've got out of my car and I've done the little dent, turn my hat line,
Nice one.
Run over the road where the bridge is at the Emirates, turn around to check on the car, the fucking vulture traffic warden. Bros, remember, they drive there. Bros, suddenly, I'm now, the cat's back this way. Running back to the car. Bros, fuck you. No, sorry. So, yeah, I need someone to sit in my car. Bros, you can't park there, bros. And what, you think I'm taking a 10-minute walk? If I'm parking at McDonald's on Holloway Road, you're fucking sick. But, yeah, I did attempt to get out. Was it last Wednesday, bros, yeah? And I've run across the road. I can see the club shop. I can see the doors, bros. I turn around to check on the car. The wanker's walking. Boom, 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 boom. He's hot stepping towards my car with, like, phone, camera, ticket machine in his hand. Fuck that. I was like, hey! Literally, move from that car, motherfucker! So, yeah, come with me, bros. I don't know. Meet me at the Emirates Stadium. Shit. Then again, my timing shit. You'll be like, bros, why have I been sat here 40 minutes? Oh, there was traffic. I'll fix it, though. I promise you, bros. I fucking promise you. So, yeah, Gunnosaurus has to come in the building. I haven't eaten pasta since Italy beat England on penalty. Final. I really hope that's untrue, because pasta as a vegetarian is like, you know what I mean? I love a bit of it. You know what I mean? A beautiful Italian sauce, you know what I mean? But Manny, anything to add? 2 hours, 2 minutes into the stream, I'm going to disappear, recharge, go eat, and then come back on fire for a 10 p.m. live. So what's up, good? What's good, brother?
Nothing much else. I mean, obviously, you know, my day's been sort of nondescript. I think once you get to a certain age, your birthday becomes another day. As long as you, I mean, obviously, I was able to cut a cake and have a decent meal, and I guess you know, maybe there will come a point when you know, I will start to really enjoy myself. Normally, I'd have a day on the town, but I also knew that with England playing today, I didn't want to sort of go out too far and run the risk of missing out on it. And I'm glad I didn't, because with the clocks having gone forward today, it would have meant that I would have to struggle to get back in time to see this. And I'm really glad that I stuck around. But yeah, decent day today, and you've added to it. Wonderful to see everyone in the chat again. And I always love doing streams with our boy Danny here. I shout him out every stream I'm on. And basically, there are not too many people who might know you or hear of you, but you're one of the real ones. And we're going to talk about this, obviously, once the stream is over, because I do have something I want to say, and I don't want anyone to know.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm actually, funny enough, I've got something to say to you. It's minor, though. I couldn't give a fuck about it. But yeah, I've got something I've been meaning to drop into you and say. But yeah, just never found the time, or yeah, never thought about it that seriously. But guys, it is almost time to go. Shouts out to everyone who, Brubs, where's Tesco? Why are you inventing things, Brubs? There's a Sainsbury's on Holloway Road, as far as I know. Where's
yeah, Sainsbury's over Tesco, for crying out loud.
Where's the Tesco, though? Like, there's Morrison's car park. I know there's a Waitrose car park reasonably close. Where's the inventing? What's it, a pop-up Tesco, rude boy? Like, I'm not even trying to annoy you. Where's this Tesco? I'm actually, bro, you know, that's why I was sort of doing like a dog, like I was doing side head movements when you were just talking there. So I was like, what the fuck is this geezer? Where's Tesco? I have no idea where Tesco is. But guys, I'm going to disappear though. Shouts out to Manny. Happy birthday to Manny. Shouts out to all the real ones. Thanks for everyone that has been watching the England versus Ukraine watch along with myself and Manny. I will be back at 10 p.m. So please, guys, do get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Peace out. We'll see you later. Shouts out to Manny. Manny, any final thoughts?
Nothing much. England winning again, as you've said, it's just repetitive on cycle. But listen, we beat the Italians. Revenge, like gelato, is a dish best served cold. And I'm just so glad they did it on my birthday weekend.
And if England doesn't play Italy in a major European final again, I reckon Italy win, but then they don't qualify for the next 4. How does that work out? God knows. But before I do go, around the corner, Holloway Road Station. Fam! Fuck off! Jack Fardick, Holloway Road. Oh no! He's talking the tube station there on that side.
Yeah.
I don't go left from the stadium. Every time I come out of the stadium, I go right. Hold on, let me think. Sorry, Manny, this means nothing to you. I take it. I get it. Bros, I still don't know this Tesco. Blow me. I'll talk to you about it later. I'll phone you. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. And Grievo has just invented Tesco's on Holloway Road. Guys, peace out, yeah? See you later.